Yes, my friends, welcome back today, boys and girls. Hope you guys are doing very well. Hope you guys are excited for the upcoming game later this evening. I have to say, I don't know how I'm feeling. I'm hoping to be surprised. I'm not feeling particularly optimistic. I'm not feeling particularly negative. I'm just hoping to be surprised by our performance today. But I want to say lots of love to MB Zondi. How you doing? Abdul, how you doing, bro? Following from Ghana, yeah? Zakondi, respect, bro. Good to see a Ghanaian brother here. Joel, how you doing? Dream, Corey, have you seen the score in Bournemouth versus Forest? Yes, I know that Bournemouth are absolutely peppering Forest today. Yeah. A lot of exciting games in the Premier League. I've really enjoyed the Premier League season this season, I have to say. But there's been lots of great games, lots of great performances. The ebb and flow has been really different as well. And the quality on show. I mean, there's been a lot of quality so far this season. But yeah, man. Forest, are they going to start to collapse now? Let's wait and see. Corey, yes, Hasnain, how you doing? I can't believe you're going for Garnacho, bruv. Why have we sent any talks for Keenan Yildiz? Yeah, Yildiz would be the one, to be honest with you. I think it'd be too ambitious to pull off. And I think for a talent like Yildiz, you're splashing ridiculous money, like, because he's a level of talent that deserves that type of money if you want him. I hear what you're saying, but it seems like Matisse Tell potentially, if the player decides he's open to moving to us, that's also a possibility. So we wait to see, my friends. But yeah, man, great to see some of you guys here. Hope you guys are excited for the game later. Give me some of your early score predictions, chat. Like, how are you feeling about how the game could end up being? Like, what's on your mind? What's your thoughts? Do you think we're finally going to beat Man City? We haven't got a win against them in 10 games. That's like, what, nearly 4 years? We've not beaten Man City in 4 years. That is just diabolical, in my opinion. Absolutely diabolical. And it kind of tells you where we are in the football hierarchy at the moment. I said in my preview, I feel like Man City, they look at us like how we look at Tottenham. Easy meal, free meal, 3 points. And it's not good enough. It really isn't. And I think one of the reasons why I've always low-key kind of had this competitive jealousy towards Man City is the fact that they started their model after us and they've eclipsed us, which is the disappointing thing. And they eclipsed us by looking at the mistakes we made, telling themselves we aren't going to do what Chelsea have done. And now they're that much closer now to being one of the new legacy clubs alongside your Bayerns, your Madrids, your Barcelonas, like the pinnacle of the game football clubs. And it really feels like Man City, if they solidify themselves even more this decade, they're going to be like up there now with Real Madrid's and Barca's historically now, in terms of this is like one of the powerhouse clubs that if you're a serious player, you have to find yourself in Manchester. That's the reality. And, we had the head start. We've had a lot of, positive things over the years, but we didn't have the hierarchy. We don't have the structure. We don't have the vision makers, the enforcers. There's always been seasons of success followed by seasons of disappointment. We've always struggled historically to really build off positive seasons prior. And Man City and these other clubs, they don't do that. And a lot of that comes down, in my opinion, to the hierarchy at the top. And I think the latest example we saw that was when we won the Champions League under Thomas Tuchel. We all naturally expected to see a title challenge the following season. We splashed like 100 million on Lukaku to be that guy for us, only for him to kind of just like absolutely, like, I wouldn't say flop, but to not find himself part of our plans. And you know what I mean? We didn't do enough to really assert ourselves as a new title challenger in the league. That's been the story of the football club. And even looking at the new ownership now, Maresca's quotes in the interviews saying that he wasn't promised to have to get CL football this season, but for the following season. And it makes you think, you've had nearly like 4 or 5 years taking over a football club debt-free. You've pumped over $1 billion. Like, what is the utility to this project? Like, what is the long-term thing we're looking to build and grow here? It's not like you've taken over a club that just got promoted into the Premier League. Then I would understand, 4 or 5 years of smart strategic investment, that makes sense. But when you're skipping all those steps and you're taking over a club like Chelsea Football Club, it still has like a lot of prestige in this game. like with the advantages he had, and the best we can do is hope to still like challenge for Champions League. I think that's absolutely crazy. And it does call into question some of the decision making that we do even more now. You know what I mean? But yeah, my friends, obviously, to share your thoughts and opinions soon. But in the meantime, I feel like we should go to looking at the lineup right now. And for myself, I think this is the easiest lineup I'll have to predict this entire season. I said this in the preview. I'm seeing the exact lineup I expected to see against Man City, and I think it's the right one. It's the best available set of players who are in the best form right now. And yeah, we hope that today things make sense for us. We minimize our mistakes. We take advantage of our opportunities. If we can do those two things, which have been very hard for us to consistently do, there's hopes we could get a result against this current Man City team. But regardless of how Man City are doing this season, they're still flipping Man City, and they still have a big historical advantage against us, and it's just widening and widening and widening. It's not good. I find it kind of funny too that in a way we're kind of structuring our model. It's a bit of Brighton, it's a bit of Dortmund, and it's a lot of Man City with what we're doing right now. Sancho, Cole Palmer, they're up against their former clubs. Enzo Maresca, the coach. You've got guys in our coaching department at the board level. You know what I mean? We've been heavily inspired by what they're doing, to the point where these guys told themselves, you know what, Cobham's not really doing it anymore. We need to do something completely different, which is just like the crazy new mentality we're seeing from these guys. And I don't know, I've always felt like it's a shame, because for me, all you have to do, like, the key to seeing improvements in life here comes down to respecting the past and, of course, being ready for the future. And I'm going to give you guys a bit of a crazy anecdote, but on Netflix, there's this show called Chef's Table. Yeah, Chef's Table. And I remember seeing one particular episode. It was focused on this Russian chef, young guy, and he was the son of a very famous Russian chef. And obviously, he's young. He wants to make his own name in the chefing worlds. Of course, being inspired by his dad, learn from him, etc., etc. And I think the first two restaurants he opened, they kind of fell under the standards that people had placed on him, because he came from such a famous culinary background, right? And obviously, he was really soul searching. His dad was really hard on him. All these types of things, right? And so one day, during like a time of I wouldn't say desperation, but self-reflection, really re-examining what he's doing and what he has to do if he wants to fulfill his potential. He said that he was studying old Russian recipes lost throughout history. And his genius idea was, listen, this is part of my culture. This is part of my heritage. I want to bring back some of these dishes, but I want to bring them back with a modern twist and a modern flair. And he was able to do that. And then I think this guy was securing up the Michelin stars, like Man City are collecting these PL titles right now. And, he fulfilled his legacy of living up to his dad's, being up there in the same high regards. And when I watched the episode, the principle that really spoke out to me was, this was someone that respected the past, what came before, the culture, the heritage, whatever, whilst also adopting to the present, to the future. And a lot of times when you combine these two things together, you create something that's familiar, but also new and also beautiful, right? And I just see those types of principles when a lot of people find success in whatever they do. You see that combination of the respect to the past and the respect to the future to create this new thing, right? Because we're human beings, we don't just forget our history and our culture and things that we come from. And at the same time, we live in the present and the future. So a lot of times when you're combining these things, great things come together. And when I apply this principle to the football club now, I think to myself, these new guys, they've come in here, don't really have all the plans right now. They've decided that everything that existed at Chelsea Football Club needs to be burnt to the ground and rebuilt. Nothing is sacred, nothing's good. Even the staff, even the guys who are doing the pictures, get them out, we bring our own guys in. And I feel like we kind of lost a lot of that institutional history and knowledge, and maybe a little bit of respect in the game as well too. And I just think I've always found it very disheartening. And this is the thing that's really impacted our ability to be able to remain competitive whilst also building towards the future. Because if they wanted to do this, I think in hindsight, this should have been a gradual change, right? Let's not act like there wasn't enough quality already in the squad that could have at least safeguarded CL football, brought that continuously whilst we were getting ready to iterate for the future, right? But instead, they just said, nope, kick everyone out overnight. It created so much deceival. It created so much, a bad environment for such a long time. And that aggressive start to change, I mean, the consequences are even felt this season. And you're seeing that in real life, things like Enzo Maresca. After all the money we spent, all the players he bought, nearly 50 players since the Clear Lake guys have taken over. And then Maresca still has a squad where, nope, I'm not using Joao Felix, I'm not using Nkunku, guys that cost you over 110 million. And the squad still isn't fully in the image or ready for Maresca to properly compete and have a squad built in his ideas and images. I think it's poor, to be honest with you. I think it's always been poor. I think at the start of the season, we saw the great formists, and I drank the Kool-Aids. I've admitted how stupid that was to just believe in it. But you thought to yourself, have we just somehow fugazed away into being competitive now? Just from like volume, just from like constantly buying. But again, it's proven that I was wrong for sure, because you're still feeling the ramifications, and the reality is set in with how our form's kind of gone downhill right now. So, I feel like they've really missed the mark. And when I'm reading things today that Maresca's like, no, next season is to compete for CL, I think to myself, what was the grand utility behind this whole approach? And where if you're comfortably going to wait 4 years to even get Champions League football, I mean, come on. A lot of us, when you had a bit of... Actually, listen, a few men from the start were completely listen, these guys are in it for the profit. Right now, they're probably feeling very validated. There was another group of guys that were like, well, the previous ownership wasn't perfect. There's some new things being done. It's not all making sense right now, but I'm going to remain in the balance and a bit optimistic. I think that was where I was in. I was in that bubble. And then there was a bigger bubble where everyone was like, oh, finally, all the duds are gone now, and your Mounts, XYZs, we're bringing in all this exciting youth talent. I see the comments of these guys, and, automatically they're better than anything we already have. I'm here for whatever these guys are doing. And I think they're the ones really who are kind of, they got egg on their face, because they didn't, they drank the Kool-Aid from the moment the spending came. They got gassed by the headlines, the stories, the transfers, etc. And, they didn't see what was coming. So to you guys who, from day one, you were very cynical and you were questioning what the hell is going on here, this seems to be like a profit-making vehicle. You're looking pretty justified right now. If the coach can confidently say in an interview, I wasn't promised to get CL this season, I was promised to get CL the following season. Now, again, that was mad to me, because the club like Chelsea just kind of maybe arrogantly automatically assume, listen, a standard season, a mid-season guarantees CL football. And it doesn't now. I think that's mad. And you think of all the money that's been spent, all the planning, all the people that's been hired, everything. What is the grand utility? Really? What is the grand utility outside of smart accounting, balancing the books, being incredibly sustainable, but to what ends, because it hasn't been that sustainable. But you can buy players and then their shelf life ends 6 months later. I mean, that's kind of a criticism on the decision makers. I mean, how are you getting it that wrong? Sheer volume of signings that haven't really moved us, or even got more point tallies than the squad you said wasn't good enough. You sold all these guys, and every subsequent groups of players we've had since Clear Lake have taken over have got nowhere near those point tallies set before them. Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting conversations that need to be had. And, again, when I read this stuff today, I was very disappointed, and it was kind of like, maybe I shouldn't be disappointed. This was in front of our faces the entire time. I mean, being a football fan, obviously, I can separate how I can deconstruct things compared to just how I feel about the club. I'm a fan. I hope we are going to be successful. That's what I want to see. That's why we invest our time into it. That's the football club we love. You know what I mean? Even though everything's a fugazi and everything's a bit ridiculous, I still hope CL comes, silverware comes. But that's like the carrot dangling in front of your face that you're always looking to chase, right? You know? But you look past that stuff when you see who's dangling the carrot. And you think to yourself, okay, this shit's not making sense. But yeah, that's my thoughts and things that had nothing to do with the lineup on screen. Absolutely nothing to do with that. So probably this makes sense to discuss the lineup. Yeah, I mean, it's the most straightforward one we're going to see. Cucurella will invert. Makes the most sense. Jalabert will move to the left-hand side. Love the fact that after all the nonsense you heard about him not being suited or good enough, literally his second game, you know, he's benched Tosin, Disasi, and all these other guys. It's, you know, and then you think to yourself, why are the decision makers, why are they so desperate to move a guy who, you know, brings like a guaranteed class and consistency for a new, younger model? Like, what is the utility, knowing the fact that most of these guys probably won't even make it still, you know? Like, come on, it's not making as much sense now, to be honest with you. And it's just getting a bit tiring. You know, I think about the January market. I look at a club like City. Yeah, it took them a while for their players to, you know, finalize their deals. But did City spend January, you know, discussing 5 different targets we're looking at for centre-back, 5 different attacking players they're looking at? They already earmarked exactly who the hell was getting bought. The groundwork was being done since the beginning of the season, since last year. Guys like Kuzanov that was signed from Lens. They knew exactly what the plan was from day one, and they execute that. Whereas us, Opportunity FC, Sushi FC, because we just love rawness, you know, we love a raw meal. It's just like, to this day, we still don't even have the players needed. And the month is going to be over. The month is going to be over in, 6 days' time? And we had all these games in January. We've dropped points. And you think to yourself, if we were able to execute getting that second striker that we needed. Why? Because Nicholas Jackson, listen, when you're a young striker, and I've seen this a million times, a million times. You know, we didn't sign an Aguero level player at 23 or a Luis Suarez at 23. These are like, you know, from like the moment these guys were late teens, you can tell they're the future's stars in their positions. For every other striker, it's a long game. It's a long development game. But what really helps having these types of strikers is that when their form hits, when they losing confidence in front of goal, there's always a number 2 you turn to instantly, that instantly just has that position for himself, and it challenges the guy who lost his position to get back into things. It creates a new mentality, a new hunger, you know? Like in Nico's position, because he knows he's the only striker up front, when he misses opportunities, he's now carrying that negativity into other games. Strikers aren't supposed to think too long about where they're going to hit their shots. The moment you see a striker caught in that position of shit, where I'm through on goal now, what do I do? 9 times out of 10, they're not finishing that. But if the club already earmarks, you know what, we know that Nico Jackson's form is not going to be sustainable based on his age and based on the fact that he's tiring out because there's no other striker for Maresca to turn to. He's not using you. He's for sure not using Nkunku. Maybe back in October, we need to get this striker secured right now for January so he can come in the first week, and hopefully some of the points that we dropped, they could have turned into 3 points, and they were up there a bit closer in the table. For me, that's what a serious club does. That's what the serious ones do, where it's like, what are we doing to achieve our objectives? But for us, yeah, maybe it's fun for a YouTuber. I can talk about a new fucking transfer link like every single week. There's a new Don. There's another guy on the shortlist. The shortlist is never ending. There's not 5 guys. It's like 10, 20. It's crazy. It's crazy. And again, if we bring someone in, it'll be the final moments of the January window. You've already wasted a month. And it's just like, what is the long-term purpose now of what we're doing? You know, I mean, these are the type of questions, you know, I think now that we're like in the third, fourth year now with these guys, it's just like, you know, every little like concern you have is being illuminated even brighter right now. And you just think, you know, like, how serious are they? Or are we missing the point? And there's the point that to us, because we're a fan base and we think, why are we not doing enough to want to win? Because I think a lot of us are getting bored, not seeing any success or silverware, right? Like, come on, it's approaching half a decade. And like for most of those years now, we haven't even got CL football. I mean, come on, that's nuts. But us fans are like, okay, well, you've taken over Chelsea Football Club. I mean, if you wanted to do Brighton, you could have probably bought out Brighton, no? And you could have done what you're doing with the Brighton. And you'd probably be even more successful because at least you're flipping these guys for bigger sums and you're lining your pockets up for the investors in the consortium. You know what I mean? But you took over our football club. And at the time, the talk was to be like the dynasty club in London. Because, listen, geographically, if we found our success and became the #1 team in this country, I think we have the potential to be like a Madrid's Barca because we're in the heart of London. Every player we get access to because of London, the geography, the area. London, 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 London. We could be that club. And then you see the reality of the direction and the strategies they picked. And maybe the utility, you know, maybe like the purpose of what they were doing was never about necessarily the desperation to win and be successful. Maybe that's not as profitable. Oh, cool, we've won a few, trophies. But winning those trophies costs you a lot of money because you have to constantly keep improving the squad and reinvesting into that. You know, we want to try and buy these guys young. If they don't work out, at least their sums won't cost us that much money. Once you minus the amortization costs and stuff like that, and their wages, you're getting them for a pittance compared to buying them at 26 when they're asking for, you know, 200,000 a week. No. We want to be more sustainable. And listen, if we don't win, as long as the money is sustainably coming in, eventually it will come. I feel like this policy and strategy is maybe kind of pushing towards the latter compared to the sheer will and desperation to want to win, because it doesn't really look like that at all right now. And it's just like, I can only look at the actions. And as I said, if we were serious, you know, I gave an example in the last stream. When we had a game against Man City, I think 10 years ago, with Jose Mourinho, we signed Nemanja Matic in next to no time from Benfica. Secure that deal pronto. Why? Because Mourinho and Abramovich are in tandem. And Mourinho realized if we're going to do anything in this league, we have to beat Man City. But we can't beat Man City with this current squad because we don't have any player that can go toe-to-toe against Yaya Toure. If we can control Toure, we can control the game. And Nemanja Matic, I remember that debut, one of the classic debuts in like recent Chelsea history, you know? I mean, credit to this guy. Obviously, came back to the football club again, a much better player. Instantly put in like one of the memorable battles against Toure. It was very 50-50 a lot of times. That's how good prime Yaya Toure was, yeah? But to see someone going toe-to-toe, not being daunted by his physicality and his skill and all of that, I mean, you're a fan. These are the type of performances that you remember. You're like, that was like a classic performance from Nemanja Matic. And we were able to win that game courtesy of that brilliant goal on the counter from Ivanovic. And listen, it's a sport, right? You get a result against Man City. It's a psychological boost of we can beat anyone. And this is the game that's going to define our ability to win this league now. We saw that under Mourinho. And I think the last time we saw that, of course, was the other classic performance away from home under Antonio Conte, you know, Willian, Costa, all these guys scoring goals. And that was a difference. But again, that's what the serious big clubs do. But I don't feel like our priorities are kind of focused on things like that, to be fair. It feels like it's more opportunity. It feels like it's more who's accessible, who's affordable, whose wages cost less. You know, how can the asset benefit us in the future compared to how is the player benefiting the team on the fields? Because listen, if you're going to realistically, if I gave most of you man here in the chat right now a club debt free. I said, here's 1.5 billion to invest, do whatever. There's going to be a lot of you guys doing completely different things what we've seen right now. And for myself, if I had that billion, for me, like I said, respect the olds and get ready for the future. That's what the old ownership couldn't do. But I thought this new ownership might bring that. Respect the olds, you know. Enhance what's already good about the football club. Invest more into Cobham. I mean, we've shown that, if anything, even if some of these guys don't make it here, this is a profit generation tool, because most of these guys now are playing in Europe's top 5 leagues. That is an incredible achievement after you produce this academy for over 10 years. You can't take that for granted, because that is what saves your ass, right? I would have looked to keep players that already pre-exist here, like your Jalabers, your Conor Gallaghers, these types of guys that cost you nothing but have institutional knowledge of the club, history. Don't forget, when these guys were 8 years old at Cobham, they were around your Drogbas. They were taking selfies with Lampard. You know, they were in those training sessions. They had the senior guys coming to watch them, coming to school them. This, you know what I mean? Look at clubs that really maximize that philosophy right to the very ends, like Barcelona, famous example. Even Athletic Bilbao, you know, never been relegated in the history of their football club. They don't buy anyone who isn't Basque, which means a lot of times they're forced to develop their own talents. And you're telling me they've been doing this for like over 100 years, I think, and they've never been relegated once. What does that tell you about like football in general? About what can be done to achieve success? You know, it's not spending, which seems to be more risky. You know, we could have enhanced what already existed here and also improve the weaknesses in the team. And I guarantee if we had done that, we would have done that for a fraction of the money that we've spent so far. And I think we'd be a lot closer to where we want to be compared to where we are at the moment. I mean, that's how I see things. But yeah, man, I feel like as Alex said, Nini loves a good ramble. Thank you, Alex. I guess I've just been rambling to all 500 of you right now. But the game's going to be starting now in 10 minutes time. Probably enough of me rambling like an old jaded man. Let's answer some of your questions in the chat right now, because you're thinking, Nini, I can see Q&A in the flipping title, and all I'm hearing you is rambling on about, you know, flipping Chelsea Football Club. Okay, Pranay Gupta, how you doing? Munich, yes bro, Munich. Yardi, we should have got Isak last summer and dropped a bag. Yeah, but are we going to drop a bag on those wages? Probably not. And it's funny because it's like, we were obviously like, you know, talking to Newcastle about Isak. But I think to myself, is this just like something to get the fans excited for? Because look how he treated Victor Osimhen, bro. Like, Victor, the deal never went through because we didn't want to pay his wages. And I think to myself, if Isak's signing for us, he's not going to be on Cole Palmer money. You know, he's not going to be on Nico Jackson money. He's going to be on like top earning stars money. Is that something we're looking to do? I don't know. Stamford Bridge up the gels. Yes, my guy. Game life hat-trick for Nico. Mark my words, bro. I would love to see that for Nico Jackson. Yeah, I would absolutely love that for him. Don't look back 05. Nini, you look great, man. I appreciate that, man. Like I said, January, I'm trying to do new things. I'm on a Mediterranean diet, hitting gym a lot more. Even though I'm hitting gym more, like I'm actually able to lift a lot heavier. I still feel like I'm not like losing the weight. So I'm starting this Mediterranean diet now. Hopefully I can do something a bit different. Don't look back. What's your prediction? I've gone for a draw, and that's just me being optimistic, to be honest with you. I've gone for a 2-2. Stamford, Nini, would you want Osimhen at Chelsea at this point if it were possible? I mean, yeah, I'm not going to say no to that. Wildest Spawn, big up, brother. Respect, bro. Nice. Kuzanov, you're looking forward to seeing your countryman, yeah? Hey, you know, I like that in football. A lot of these smaller regions now are producing like great talents now for like the international stage. I think that's a big thing. You know, when I look at countries like Croatia, population like 3 million, yet they got some of the best players in Europe. You know, the training, the culture is the most important thing, right? UBC, Cuckoo, one more header in the back of the net. I would love to see that. Hasnain, I think Ibrahim Rabaj looks the guy who could replace Hazard. Same type of player, low center of gravity. I mean, listen, we've had so many of these technical stars at Cobham who destroyed things at youth level. I'm still waiting for the day I see one of these guys graduate to the first team. Hudson-Odoi came the closest, and you think to yourself, we saw this guy for 3 million, and is anyone else we've signed over him and Pulisic being that much better? Probably not. And in an alternate universe, you probably just kept both Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic. They probably improve, and they're a lot closer to putting us where we want to be right now, you know? Stefan, where is Joao Felix? I got no idea. But the fact that either one of him or Nkunku can leave if the money is right kind of sums it up. W, Nini, cardio king. Cardio is king for weight loss, my man. Yeah, allow you to eat higher calories. Yeah, to be fair, I got to do a lot more of that. Like, I do my steps. Like, I'm not even doing 10K steps a day. I'm doing 15K steps a day. I'm doing, like, leg days quite a lot. And sometimes it's just like, you know, my legs are like absolutely fried. It makes it a bit hard to do cardio. So I need to try and adjust my training, I guess. Maniac364, all the negative comments about Chelsea aren't Chelsea fans. Brooklyn, this is the biggest game of the season. We have to beat City in their own home. And actually, bro, I really agree with you. I feel like a result today, this could be the turning point that we're looking for right now. Could this be the start of a mini run of form? It could be. I think it'd be a big psychological boost because all we know is defeats to Man City. This new group of players that we signed for a lot of money, most of these guys just know failure and losses and losing, especially against the big clubs. It needs to change. And I think, listen, even though City are not at their peak of their powers right now, there's an opportunity here for us to get one over them finally. And you have to pray that, you know, a lot of things work in our favor. Can we minimize the mistakes that we self-inflict on ourselves? Can we take those flipping chances that will come this way against Man City? I mean, obviously, it'll be interesting. You know, Nunes at right back. This guy is there for the taking. Gavardio, he's been looking sus because teams are overloaded. Today, we have to see Sancho and we have to see Madueke. I think I think Sancho and Madueke are more key than Cole Palmer and Nico Jackson because City, as Paris Saint-Germain showed famously recently, you can draw them out wide, you have a big chance of winning this game, right? I need to see Noni play his first great game against a big club. He hasn't shown that yet. He can get there, but this is an opportunity now against Gavardio, you know? I thought Noni, this guy, when he's on point, the physicality, the skill, the cutbacks, you know, the acceleration away and his frame, he's a very difficult guy to handle when he's in full momentum. And Jadon Sancho as well. You know, you're up against a midfield player at right back, a midfield player that has had his difficulties adjusting to that position. This is the type of game where you're having fun with him. We can do that. We are stretching the hell out of Man City's defensive shape, and we are opening spaces between the lines for your Enzos and your Cole Palmers. So, Noni, Jadon Sancho, we need you today. We need you today to have one of your best games of the season. We control the wide areas, we can get a result today. That's what it really comes down to. Philip, come on Chelsea, we can win today 2-1. That's what I want to see. You guys, get in your score predictions. The game starts in 3 minutes time. Massive game, big connotations for what the season can mean. You guys, what are you saying? Give us your score predictions right now. Are you feeling optimistic? Are you feeling nervous? Do you think we can do this? Let us know, man. Hasnain, Noni is sick. Just a decision making and composure. Listen, I feel like at times he's putting some great deliveries. He should have more assists if the strikers and players took their chances. You know, there was that key one against Bournemouth where he skipped past Howson and Nico Jackson wasn't able to get his foot over the ball to convert that. They're the little things, but Noni's shown. If you look at his performances, the quality has been there. It has been there. But today, Noni, can he be that difference maker? Can he take that shot outside the box if the opening's there? Are you going to be like clearing your attentions on the ball and not maybe overplay or be too predictable to go right to the byline for a cutback? You don't have to always do that. You're good enough to run towards the goal and you're good enough to finish. Do you have that confidence today? Nero's, James with an assist, Jalabo with a header, Sancho assist, Jackson scores. My final prediction 3-1. Nero's, I love that prediction, bro. I'm hoping that you've seen how this game is going to end because that would be like the perfect game. Been a long time since we've beaten Man City. Not since Thomas Tuchel. And even then, his achievement is even madder because we beat them like 3 times in like 3 different competitions. insane. Hassan boy, what do you think about Kusanov? I think obviously, listen, I'm not watching Lens, but you know, I'm a football fan, you know, a world soccer reader. I watch a lot of games, and listen, when I hear about talents like this, obviously I'm gonna inform myself on them. It doesn't mean I'm gonna be watching games of Lens in my free time. No, there's only 24 hours in a day, but I mean, he looks like a proper, like, I like physical contacts. I'm very fast. I also have, you know, I play things simply, precisely, and efficiently, but I also have that quality on the ball. I think there's a reason why Man City spent a whole year after this guy. And actually, he was very close to signing for Newcastle until FFP kind of ruined the financials behind that deal, and City accelerated things. And when Pep wants you, Pep gets you. Kickoff, yes, kickoff. Let me get ready to put the timer on screen. You guys, I have no links today because I'm watching this with the Sky app right now on my desktop. So, yeah, hopefully if you guys have any links to the game for anyone that needs that, maybe post up in the chat, let us know. But a lot of you guys are feeling optimistic. 4-1, okay, 2-1. Dave, you feel like it could be a draw. 3-0 to Man City. You think Man City are just going to get one over us again? Hopefully not, man. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But again, for me, I don't feel like positive, but I don't feel negative. I'm going into this game blind. I'm hoping I'm going to see something, you know. I'm hoping that things will align. I'm going to, yeah, that's all I got in me for this game today, man. That's literally what I got in me. Okay, we're about to kick off. Yes, you guys, hopefully you guys don't go nowhere. Hopefully my voice isn't annoying you in the background. But anyway, Cole Palmer's about to kick things off. Oh, come on. All right, let me get ready for the kickoff. 3, 2, 1, and we begin. We play it long, looking to find the ability to win the second ball right in City's half. Haaland wins that. James deals with that. Cleared then by Trevor Chalobah. A bit of head tennis right now. The ball is still in the air. Okay, and now Chalobah hits that straight back to Man City. Nico is putting the pressure on, and City now are like turning into their possession formation now. I think one player that's been kind of poor for City has been Akanji this season. He was like a great squad player, but now that he's been called to the forefront even more this season, does he necessarily have that like first team ability for Man City? I'm not too sure. So Nico Jackson, you're up against Akanji, and you're up against a really exciting young talent in Kusanov, but it's his first Premier League game. So if there was a moment for you to score against Man City, you're looking at this game today. But already, balling behind, I mean, that's fucking poor, no? Is that not offsides? Marmouche, I mean, this guy, yeah. You know, if we had like gone for him, I would have been very excited for him. When I made my 5 players to target video, I actually did have Marmouche from the start, but I had to take him away because obviously the City news came out and obviously he's now signed for them. But this is a guy that, yeah, he could have been someone serious for us. But he's someone to watch out for, an unknown quality. I wonder what type of like preparation we've done to like limit his impacts. But he's going to be hungry and raring to go. I think Marmouche is a fantastic football player, I have to say. And that was an early warning sign. The first minute, he's nearly through on goal. Yeah, we need to have a plan for that, man. Again, long ball by Chalobah. Kusanov deals with that. Oh, Nico! Yes! Come on, man. That's what I was saying, boys. It's his first game in the Premier League. The intensity is different. The nerves are different. You're playing for Man City. If there was going to be a game Nico does anything against Man City's defense, against this current season Akanji and this exciting newcomer in Kusanov, this would be the game he makes something happen. And you know what? Credit to Nico. Every game, the guy puts in the work. He presses, he closes down second balls, he chases lost causes. You force and create your own luck when you do that. Eventually, something comes your way. And to have the awareness. At the time, I thought he was attempting a shot. Nico had the awareness to play an outside the boot pass to find Noni Madueke. Great striker play from Nicholas Jackson. Madueke scores, and already 1-0 against Man City. See, I get it, he was under pressure. It's the Premier League, it's his first appearance. I was even saying this before because of, everyone's like he's going to come in and be what? He's going to be like Prime Baresi in his first game? No. Victor Reyes, these guys are going to need some time, you know? We see how this kid reacts now. Obviously, he's in the trenches now, but he's still a good talent. But regardless, we've taken an advantage. This is like a cheat code. To get the first goal against Man City. And Kuzanov again, he loses it. Cole Palmer, he's been taken down. Nico, that's it. And he gets the yellow cards. Bro, this is what I'm saying. You know, he's a young kid. And you don't have that experience alongside you to help. And maybe, is this the game plan? Has Maresca looked at him and said, Nico, I need you to put pressure on Kuzanov, yeah? Put pressure on him. It's his first game. He doesn't know what the intensity is like in the Premier League. This is a different intensity in this league, yeah? Completely different intensity. Put pressure on him. Ask him questions. Get tight. Get personal. Let's see what he can do. Very tough start in the first 5 minutes. You've given away a free kick. You've given away a goal. And hopefully if we score from this, this is 2 goals he's given away in the first 5 minutes. Fuck, man. We needed this luck, bro. I'll be honest. This is the type of luck we needed. Wow. Bro, we had to gas it for. Fair enough. But 1-0 against City. I'll take this meal, man. I'll take this meal, honestly. Putting pressure. See? Look at Nico Jackson straight to him. And he's giving the ball away again. No way. Caicedo. That's it, boys. Asking Man City a lot of questions right now. We saw Paris Saint-Germain. They upped the intensity even more second half and City collapsed. A lot of Man City's issues this season, I think, personally comes from the fact that, listen, coaches have squads in 4-year cycles. After that, you have to replace, you have to evolve, you have to tweak things, you have to move things on because you've exhausted and depleted everything you can get from these 4 guys with the intensity levels needed. Nico, great play. Nicholas Jackson having fun with Kuzanov right now. Yes, Jaden. Play Sancho, he cuts inside. Holds the ball. Great play, Sancho. Cucurella, back to Moises. Into the feet of Enzo. Back into Moises. Forcing City to come onto us right now. Trevor Chalobah. Oh, unlucky. That was nearly the right pass to release Noni. But look, the pressure instantly. City players on the ball. There's 2-3 Chelsea players handling them instantly. Great start so far, man. Very intense. But again, can we get the second goal? That's what it comes down to. Look, Cucurella already in Foden space, looking to force that ball backwards. Into the feet, Cucurella again. That's it, boys. Come on, man. Gundogan looking like an old man this season, man. Kovacic is like the only DM which tells you everything you need to know. Ball over the top. Ooh. We're playing with a little bit of a high line. Marmoush has the nous to exploit that if we're not careful. He's not going to be having no Kuzanov debut. Marmoush this guy's a top player, I have to say. He's a top player. Sanchez pings that to the left. Funny, this guy, is what it is. Reese, that's yours. Nice composed play. Plays it back to Moises. Back to Trevor Chalobah. He slips, but Enzo's there to deal with that. Nico Jackson asks for the ball over the top. Runs down the left channel, but Cucurella isn't able to find him. But at least we pen City back into their half now. A lot's happened in 7 minutes. This is crazy. Palmer. Come on, Palmer. Intensity today, man. That's it. Forcing it back. Bernardo Silva, another guy who suffered this season. He's played too much football over the last 2.5 years. It's catching up to this guy this season. He's 29? You're mistaken for being in his 30s right now. With how his season's gone. Anyway, Palmer, stick at him, Palmer. That's it. Closing them down. Look how aggressively Reece James pushed up then. And that's it. That's it, boys. This is the right approach, man. Yeah, this is the right approach for City today. You know? Kuzanov. Like, this is the thing with youth. And I think to myself sometimes, this obsession with clubs to just buy younger and younger and younger and younger for big money. I mean, you can have all the talent, but it's more than that. It's temperament. It's the mental side. It's the physical side. It's not just being technical. Yeah? You need more than that. And you have to think realistically, you know, to go from Lens to Man City, all eyes are on you. It's a different game you're playing right now, yeah? It's a completely different game. Different expectations, different pressure. Different pressure. And hey, Trevor Chalobah, beautifully won. He releases Cole Palmer. Let's make this 2. Spread it to Nico. Nico, please. Please fucking score it. Jesus Christ, man. Come on. Come on. What the fuck? How are we not scoring that, for God's sake? My lords. Fucking hell, Palmer. What the hell was that, man? Oh, these group of players sometimes. This is what these youngers do, bro. Does dumb shit. And look, City now. Counter-attack. Can they make it fucking 1-1? No, they don't. Oh, my lords. How are you not making that 2-0, man? It just pisses me off sometimes. It's like you're expecting the fucking move to flop. Every fucking time you're expecting it to flop then. Yeah? That's a guaranteed meal. I'm sorry I'm being angry. But it just frustrates the fuck out of me. I'm sorry. How are you not scoring to make that 2-0? Oh my God. I'm just lost for words, man. I'm absolutely lost for words. Oh, fuck. See what I mean, man? Foden blaster. Hits the near post. You see what I mean? Oh. Sorry, you guys. I don't know. I'm being so immature. I don't know what this sport does to me sometimes. But yeah, I'm just like absolutely livid. Like Nico, like he should have clocked, maybe be there a bit closer. But Cole Palmer, bro, what kind of pass was that? The pass was away from goal, for God's sake. This is Man City, man. You know, you take these chances, for God's sake. Bro, I dare. If this, I don't even want to start thinking about any negativity right now. We're 1-0 up so far, yeah. But if we somehow don't get a result, yet again, these types of moments, and these types of moments, when you think about it, the only way you fix them is if you've got that experienced gunman. You know, Barcelona, when they had all their youthful guys, did they say, you know what? Let's buy a 19-year-old to spear the attack? No, there's 11 fucking Doski. You're playing for Barcelona. You're going to score a shit ton of goals from what these guys are going to make for you. We need that experienced guy to bury that, to make sense of these moments. That's like smart recruitment. That's smart. That's how it makes a difference in the field, yeah? But you guys, again, this mistake wasn't one man's fault alone. It's the collective. Yeah? Palmer's pass was awful. Maybe Nico, could he have maybe anticipated the move a split second earlier to get a bit closer towards Palmer? It's an accumulation of things. It's not just one man's fault. We have to stop analysing things like that. The pass from Palmer was shocking. It was away from Nico. Especially when your guy don't have a left foot. I mean, you know that Palmer. Nico doesn't score with his left foot. Yeah? Like, if you're going to play that pass to him, that side, you got to play a better pass than that. Anyway, we're keeping our shape right now. A warning sign for Man City with Foden's shot then. That's the type of individual quality they have that can make the difference. So, but hopefully, if anything, that moment is an encouragement that, listen, there's probably another opportunity to get another 1v1. If we keep playing our game, if we keep up what we're doing right now, if we keep putting that work in with our intensity. A lot of us knew the intensity was going to be key in this game today. And hopefully, listen, seeing like the, half glass empty perspectives for things, hopefully that's confidence that there's another moment like this that will come, because we scored from one already. We can probably get another one. And if that one does come, hopefully we convert this. Hopefully we convert this and make the difference now. Anyway, Mateo Kovacic. Yep, poor pass. Palmer intercepts. Into Nico's feet first time to Palmer. Oh, I just wasn't able to read it then. That was a nice idea. Nice idea. City just like giving us possession for free at the moment so far. Anyway, again, it's a very bright start in the first like 13, 14 minutes. Hopefully we build from this now. Hopefully the confidence is very high in the team right now. Okay, that pass then. Gundogan finds himself free on the left channel. Carries it forward. Gavardio on the left-hand side. I think we've marshaled that area good now. He plays it back into Gundogan's path. I'm looking at the positions of our players. Nico Jackson's kind of in an area to try and block out a passing lane. Cole Palmer's scanning, but Gundogan, of course, skipped past him, but went wrong side of the ball. And we forced City to play the long ball, which has been intercepted very well. Finds Enzo, who releases Jadon Sancho. Come on, Sancho, bro. Come on, Jadon. Come on. Come on, skip past him. Oh, cuts inside, cross goal. Unlucky, unlucky, unlucky. That's it, boys. You're dispossessing Man City, and guys have like fucking 30 yards of space to play in. This is kind of reminding me a little bit of our game, our 4-3 game win against Spurs, where, there's not many times Jadon Sancho can go 1v1 against someone with all this space here. A lot of times this guy constantly has 2v1 against him 24/7. So it's an encouraging start. Look at the position Sancho's taking up right now. Okay, our turn to keep the ball now. See, even the attacks are showing it too. Most of our attacks, as Sky says, 45% of our attacks has come down that left side. This is like the benefit you get from a player like Sancho, who just brings reliability on the ball, doesn't waste it, uses it well, uses it efficiently, is a smart player. I'm really hoping that Sancho can also get the stats to back up his performances, but he's been a very good team player, and I have to say the signing has been an astute one, to be honest. And City on the ball. Kuzanov playing it very safely now to your covers in the midfield. Back to Kuzanov. Nico asking questions, putting pressure on him. And intercepted again. That's like 4 or 5 passes now from this kid that aren't finding teammates. It's a big call to play him in a game like this. Being that young, who can come in and slot in that easily. I mean, if I'm being honest, there's not many teenagers in the world. I mean, I think probably the best teenager in the world, I'd say, is even a teenager anymore, but I'd say João Neves. I think this guy was brilliant at Benfica. And look at the character and personality he's playing with at Paris Saint-Germain this season. This is a kid that's like, he's like one of the upper echelon of like, listen, at 18, I'll probably be the best player on the field. But there aren't many like that exist. A lot of these guys need game time. They need love. They need minutes. They need to be like introduced in like good environments. So it's interesting that a lot of these clubs now are just obsessed with just buying them younger and younger and younger and younger and younger. Crazy. Like Victor Reyes, he's a good player on the ball, but the guy is scrawny. And like when I was talking about him, when we were linked with him, because obviously we were, again, there was hopes at Palmeiras that Victor Reyes would remain there for 1 more year, because he only broke in at the start of 2024. And he didn't play every game due to, growth-related type of injuries. And one of the issues they felt was that he was not, he was there, but he wasn't fully there. He needed, at least another year to grow. And now you're coming straight to the Premier League, one of the most intense, hard-running leagues in the world. And you're not, are you physically ready for that? I mean, Kuzanov, you could say, argue, is more physically ready. And look at the game he's having so far. It's food for thought. Oh, okay, of course, like Lamine Yamal, of course, Hakim, of course. There's a few guys like that. Lamine Yamal, I mean, you know what? I'm so glad I'm watching Barcelona, because I'm just going to say this here. When you're a football fan, these types of talents, they come very rarely. And when they do, you know, enrich your football love. Watch them in their formative years. Like, one of the biggest things I was always very happy for is that when I used to hate watch Barcelona, which I did, you know, I used to hate watch Barcelona. I can say I saw the rise of Messi from, you know, his debut year as a 16-year-old to his brief time with Ronaldinho, to this famous times like when he scored a hat-trick at 19 against Real Madrid. I remember where I was when I watched those games, yeah? I watched so much of him. And look, we've seen the best player in the history of the game. And I can tell my grandkids one day, or my kids, whatever, listen, this is exactly how this guy was, what he did. Because I was there to see the growth over the years. Lamine Yamal is another guy I'm doing this with right now. There's certain talents you have to, if you love the game, you have to get in early. You have to watch them. You have to see what they do. Hopefully Esteval could be that guy for us too, you know. Okay, anyway, we're playing quite smart, a bit of a mid-block, but not forcing the high press right now. Look at our shape, the distance between our defense, our midfield and our attack. It's positioned in a way which allows us to put the pressing trap on and, you know, close City down on the ball. Get in these advantageous areas to win the second ball, to apply pressure. You know, this is what I mean with Maresca. He is a manager that tweaks things up depending on the opposition. Like, if you really analyze things on a game-by-game basis, you know, he's not like, let's say, a Poch manager where, you know, he wants the players to do their thing. Listen, Poch would tweak things up, but I think Maresca, he is more willing to, like, adapt to find the best strategy against any opposition. So I think it's, for a guy like this as a coach, it's more important that he has a squad that he fully trusts, that he has 25, 24 guys that's like, you are my guys. Because with his coaching style, this is where you turn these draws into wins, yeah? When you have the squad that can maintain the intensity and the quality with the ideas. If we can do that for him, you know, out of all the managers we've seen recently, there's hope that Maresca could do something, because he's still a young guy himself that can still improve. Yeah? So we have to see. But I think this mid-block approach so far, look, it's working at the moment in his first 20 minutes. But that's the thing, right? The Premier League now has all the best managers in Europe. I mean, the quality's got that good now where if you mess up one half, the managers instantly know, okay, correct this second half, and it's a different game. You're playing different games like every 30 minutes now in this country. Anyway, shit, Gavardia being released. Reece James, and he closed him down in time. Ball across for Marmouche. He isn't able to get there. And it just goes wide. But again, City, you know, they're Man City. They have the quality. They have the quality in these moments to take advantage. You know, to really safeguard our position, that second goal is going to be needed. But maybe we have to play smart in this game. We can't force the second goal. The moment will come. If we trust the tactic, if we trust our game plan, if we trust the manager, those moments will come. Come on, Nico, win that. Mm. 21 minutes in. Cucurella to Enzo. Oh, Enzo, very ambitious pass, Enzo. Very ambitious. Now free kick's been given, of course, Enzo. Enzo, that is such a naive pass to play, I'm sorry. Your body position was nowhere near ready for something that ambitious. And you're putting the, like you just put the team under pressure when you attempt these silly Hollywood passes in these types of areas. Of course, Reece James, what could he do? You know, he's more likely to foul. And now City got a great opportunity from a free kick now. They got a few free kick specialists in this area. And you've presented an opportunity where they could come back into this and make this 1-1 from a stupid pass. Yeah? A stupid pass from Enzo Fernandez. You're too good for that, man. Sorry, Enzo. Like, I'm going to hold this guy to a higher standard. You're too good to be doing stupid things like that, yeah? Shits, man. Ahmad, I'm streaming this on the Sky. I got a Sky subscription, so that means I can watch it on my desktop, basically. But Marmoush, fuck, man. Like, this is a good opportunity for City, yeah? Where are they going to go? They got a left footer, they got a right footer. Oh, hits the wall, thank God. They tried taking it early to take us out by surprise. And Levi and Enzo then blocks that shot then that came in from Nunes. Enzo, come on. Come on, Enzo. Okay, Silva. Cucurella, nice play. Cucurella so far, I mean, yeah, it's been like, what, 3 or 4 interceptions down that left-hand side. Every pass forward is kick-starting a counter-attack. I mean, what a transformation from this guy, we have to say, right? What a transformation from Cucurella. You know, it wasn't long ago we saw Anthony, of all players, skinning this guy alive at Stamford Bridge. When I saw that game, I'll be honest, that was like, shit, maybe I give up on this guy. But he's come back, man. That's it. Oh, shit. Oh. Okay. Good work from us. City play it straight back to Bernardo Silva. 1v1 against Sancho. Sancho, quick feet. Yes, that's it. Good defending. Sancho forces the early cross. Oh, no. Can we block the shot? Oh, my Lord. Thank God it was flipping Gavardio right foot, man. Thank God. That's it. I thought it was good defending. Silva just puts in a quick cross, but Haaland with the back post header. Gavardio, quick feet inside. But he didn't have the composure and he was leaning back when he took the shot then. Yeah, lean back. Oh, flip. It's close margins, man. Foden and Gavardio. You expect more from Man City in these areas, right? Yellow cards. Who's that? Cole yellow card for what? What was that for? Do you guys know? What the hell was that for? Sanchez kicks it somewhere. Come on, Enzo. Cucurella is there to mop the danger up. Nice pass to find Sancho. Sancho, can he win the foul? Hold it up. He holds the ball, keeps possession, and Cucurella straight back to Robert Sanchez. Sanchez hits that long. Can we win that? Okay, that's our ball. Good play, Sancho. You know, I want to see Sancho targeting Nunes more. Can we release Sancho against Nunes a lot more? Yeah? 9 times out of 10, Sancho's going to skin this guy. Cole. It's Robert Sanchez. So it seems like we're not even using like an inverted midfield player. We're using a straight back four in this game today. Oh, that was a brave pass then, but Chalobah's strength and ability to carry out, you know? When Achimpong gets bigger, he'll be able to do this stuff for fun. Anyway, that's it. Noni, first time against Gavardio in a minute. Inside, stops the ball. Can he bring it inside again? To the byline, across goal. Sometimes, yeah, I get it. But it doesn't always produce the results, that type of, to the byline back, you know, across goal type of move. But it feels like this game is very much about the moments we pick against Man City. We're not forcing things, you know. There's going to be moments where City will be weak structurally. Can we win the second ball? Can our press help us? And can we pick them off in the transition? That seems to be the game plan so far. Okay, City now finding a few more options wides. Caicedo. At least he gets him to play it backwards. Palmer, you're going to put pressure on the ball? Nope. Now Kovacic is free now. Back to Gundo. I see that running behind then. City looking to exploit our high line, but he was offside in that moment. He was offside. But that's going to be the little nervous thing we're going to expect to see from us. You know, is our defensive line going to be that perfect? Because it seems like City got a bit of pacing behind to exploit that if we're not ready. And they're going to try and create the imbalance in our defensive line out wide. Can they drag out one of the fullbacks, you know? That's where things will be a bit techie for us. All right, Cucurella. So it is I think this is very much like a back four today. Back four type of thing. Oh, Edison. Good sweeper keeping. Yes, Enzo, good play. Sancho into the feet of Cole Palmer. That's it, boys. That's it. Good play. Come on, Noni. Who's at the back post for him? Oh, inside. Palmer. Take the shot outside, Palmer. Ah, Palmer, man. I wanted you to, like, bend that far post, bro. Not the power effort, man. Not the power shot with the laces, bro. You had to... bro. I thought he was going to just open his body up and curl that, man. Oh, Palmer again. Like, Palmer in this game. Like, remember when Palmer first signed for us last season? It was that game against Fulham. Like, he was always really good at, like, intercepting balls in the final third. Oh, Nico. Oh, thank God. Thank God the flag was up, man. Thank God the flag was up then. Simmer, you've been saying this like throughout the chat. We need a striker. Come on, Nico. If there's gonna be a game we can break your goal drought, it's this game, man. Nico, it's this game. Yes, Kukurea again. That's it, Enzo. Ah, shit. Okay, Mateo. Oh, that's well read then by Trevor Chalobah. That's it. Great defending. I mean, this guy's looking so solid, isn't he? Trevor Chalobah, since he's come back. My lord, like, it's very solid. I always thought low-key he was really, like, underrated. And I remember when he first started playing under Tuchel and we were, like, desperate for Koundé. I was like, hold on a sec. Why do we need a Koundé? Like, Koundé is not going to get you 3 or 4 goals from a set piece per season. Or, you know what I mean? It's like you don't really need this signing anymore. And, you know, Chalobah, he's not even peaked yet. You know? Like, you need to see value in players like this because it stops you from... Well, it should have stopped you from buying the Sassis and all these other guys, right? Anyway, Nico. Come on, Palmer, put pressure on cover. I mean, it's hard. Cover's fantastic on the ball. I mean, Kovacic, you know, he would frustrate me at times, but I'll be honest, I've always had respect for him. I mean, he is a smart, very smart player. Again, look, comes out from nowhere, carries it forwards, and now he wins the foul. I mean, if you play on his wavelength, and we saw that quite a lot when he was here, but like he is a very, very smart football player. He's actually a player my dad absolutely loves, and my dad every time I had a criticism of Cover, my dad would give me 3 examples as to why I was wrong, because he was receiving in a certain way, or he was looking to bait the opponents, or doing these little smart things, and like from just like hearing everything and then seeing it, I was like, maybe you're onto something with Cover. Maybe I was a bit too harsh at times. Yeah, I would have preferred Cover. I mean, to be fair, I look back in hindsight, maybe I would have too. You know, he's a type of player that managers love. Reliable with the ball, very consistent with it, his use of it. Keeps the game ticking very well. I mean, again, if there was one player that I can admit maybe I got... Listen, a lot of my criticisms wrong on, I would say it was Cover. But at the time, a lot of my criticisms were based on the fact that I just felt like, you know, we didn't have anyone that could play over the top. I still don't think Cover is a ball over the top type of guy. But with how we only play on the ground now, maybe there would be more utility from anyway. Nico Jackson. Can he win the foul? Yes, he does win the foul. Good striker play, Nico. Like, this is what I mean with Nico. Like, everything outside of scoring goals, this guy does very well. I can see why managers like him. But unfortunately, I think you wait for this guy to turn 25, 26 before he has the mental composure up front. That's what he's lacking at the moment. And if he gets that, you guys, you know we got a serious striker in our hands. if he gets to that level. But you got to invest a lot of time into Nico for him to get there. It needs to have you need to have a bit of faith and belief that yes, we know you're gonna get there. And maybe you help him if you did have that experienced guy as a number 2. Oh, Kuka fucking Raya, man. Bro, his game reading is one of the best in the league, I would say. Kuka Raya, his game reading, for God's sake. Like, he just knows. It's that La Masia brain, man. It's how they teach these guys in Barcelona. He just knows where he has to be on and off the ball at all times. And now that Maresca encourages this more, and now that he's not this, like, defensive fullback that has to, defend 1v1 instead of, intercepting, being proactive, winning second balls, applying pressure. This is where he shines, and where Haaland disputes brute strength. Shit releases, Nunes back inside, cover poor shots, can't close it down. Great blocking. Oh my lord, it's getting nervous now. Gundogan shot. No, Sanchez make himself big. Fucking hell, man. I mean, come on. And Marmoush scores. Am I even surprised? Offsides. Oh, thank you, gods. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Please be. No VAR. Is he offside? Yep. Yes, he is. By a mile. See, man, listen, like, getting this, like, free goal against City helps a team like us. Like, we're not that good. We're not that good just yet, yeah? We're not that good. Even City with their failings, they can fugazi something eventually. Listen, I think the only reason why City have fallen off too, the Pep Guardiola divorce as well. I'm sure the home life and the mentals aren't in the best state right now. Levi, back to Robert. Okay, so it's interesting. All right, so look what we're doing. It is like the back to us stretched really wide. And you're noticing Reece James is tucking in to form a midfield 3 alongside Enzo Moises. And this is giving us the ability to actually find guys wide with passes and directness. And we've done that quite a lot in this game. So it's a very interesting build-up tweak from Maresca today, where it's like City are probably expecting us to be building up with our typical inverted midfield player. Not today. We're going to stretch our back to really fucking wide, and we're going to push like Reece, Enzo, Caicedo in more central positions. It's going to be like a 2+3 build-up, knowing the fact that there's opportunities now to isolate Noni and isolate Sancho out wides. So again, it's these little things that Maresca does where it's like, it tells me that this guy's a clued up guy. And I look at these games and I'm like, like there's always something like new or something you can learn or something that you don't foresee. And then you see it work and you're like, shit, this is actually really smart. Reece. Players like Marmoush don't need time to settle in. Exactly, Pate my love. Players like him, they don't need that time. I mean, yeah, he's a great player. He's a great player. But again, City didn't sign Marmoush when he was 21 and was still making sense of life at Wolfsburg and clubs like that, right? They signed him as he clearly is hitting his peak now at the perfect time at 25 years old. That also makes a difference when you've played more than 200 games in your career, 250 games. Guys like Kuzanov and Cole, they haven't even clocked 100 games yet. And they have to really increase their levels by magnifolds overnight when you go to clubs this big, this early. Even guys like Levi Cole had the loan spell in the division below and then had the Brighton loan spell before, he was even ready to come here. That's what you typically need. A lot of our young guys, before all the ones we bought now, they had to like play in the championship for like a year or two. Maybe then get like a top 5 division loan, and then you'd be ready to come back where you can instantly do something, right? I think that's why in that 1920 season when most of these young guys came through, it was easier for them to adjust because they played a difficult, intense season in the championship, traveling up and down the country, playing 46 games, more than that during a year. And the pressure's different. It really forces you to man up quite quickly, right? And that's how it works. But anyway, Jared Chalobah, man, I'm looking at this guy thinking, rah, I mean, smart ass defender. And he's coming and he's instantly added a quality boost. Okay, see the build up, you guys. See the build up. And there's an option wide all the time. Okay. Not been as many attacks so far. What do you guys in the chat say? Do we just play it smart and like take the game to 1-0 for the start of the second half? Probably. No need to force anything. Inside, Foden finds himself. Foden on the ball. He's looking up. No pressure on him just yet. Plays his pass back to Cover. Cover. Back to Cover again. Over the top. Oh no. Gavardio, man. That was Reese, right? That was Reese. Gavardio, like he's like one of those unexpected players. Like he's a very offensive guy. Like he was always known for that during his time at Leipzig. He's got these opportunities where he can turn into a winger. He's in that final third. But I would love to see Noni against Gavardio a bit more, because you know he's not necessarily getting past him, but he's pushing Gavardio back. He's pushing him back. He's pushing him back. And again, it's like he's had like, what, 3 opportunities now, Gavardio. So, I mean, City are like slowly finding little avenues down that left-hand side that could potentially hurt us if we're not careful. Silva. Back to Matteo. Into the feet of Gundogan. Bit of triangles. Yes, we win the ball, but then it goes back to Man City, who recycle possession. It feels interesting, but it seems like Kuzanov's not really been as involved now in much build-up, unless it's like save passes into a midfield player now. So I think we've seen a bit of a tweak now from Guardiola to try and minimize Kuzanov's need to be on the ball to help with build-up. I think you notice Kovacic and Gundogan taking turns to drop. But again, this high line is making me fucking nervous, and this is a goal now. Come on, man. And it's Gavardio, of course. You know, he's been threatening us so much. I literally just said it like less than a minute ago. And they equalized for the second half. Oh, come on, man. Like, see what I mean? Like, we're just... Like, we can compete, but we're not, like, that good enough, you know? The fullback's getting targeted now. Reece James again is that. You know, I kept saying what City are looking to do to exploit that high line. Yeah? Look, Noni plays him on side this time. Went to sleep. Went to sleep. We didn't put no pressure on the guy on the ball then. And it forces Man City. Like they knew with this high line, eventually someone out wide is going to be the one who plays everyone on side. That was Noni Madueke then. City saw that. And look at the pass over the top then. From Gundogan. It's just smart football. Smart football. Nunes, of all guys. It's the fucking fullbacks from nowhere. The fullbacks are the ones that make the difference in this game. You know? Again, you say Madueke is lazy. I mean, I don't know if it's laziness. I can't be expecting Madueke to have the brain of a fucking fullback, can I? You know, it's a smart tactical coaching. This is how you exploit a weakness in the opposition. That's what the game's about. Yeah? They've been looking to just like create these decoys out wide, but they're not playing balls over the top, are they, in those areas? Instead, someone's making the run inside. We saw Gavardio make the run inside 3 times in this game so far. Nunes was the one to do that recently. They're inverting their fullbacks, and we have no one to actually follow them or pick them up. This is why they've been able to exploit our high line. I mean, it's deeper than just Nuni was lazy. That's the fan perspective, but it's not the right perspective, yeah? Could we have done more? You know, could we have put more pressure on the ball carriers? Like, you have to do that. If you want to prevent the pass over the top, put pressure on Gundogan, put pressure on cover. A lot of times when we had good things in this half, it came from our ability to intense our way in the middle of the field. We kind of backed off a little bit. Is that tiredness? Is that legs? Is that complacency? I don't know. But City eventually have exploited us. And now the game's level-headed now and it's even. And obviously it goes back to that opportunity to make it 2-0 right from the start. You score that goal in that moment. And the game is completely different. But we don't have the capacity to do that. We do not have the capacity to score, and we have to in these decisive moments. And this is why we aren't as good as we should be. Yeah? It really is that simple. We don't have the capacity to punish teams like that. If that was any other team, if that's City, if that's Liverpool, if that's Arsenal, 9 times out of 10, that's a straight goal, 2-0 up. Thank you very much. But you guys, Jamie, like, this is the thing, like, listen, I'm not expecting every man to hear my football takes and agree, because if you don't see it, you don't see it. So it doesn't make sense to you. I'm hoping that at least out of the 10 people here, you're going to get what I mean, yeah? You're going to get what I mean. Like, you guys just see, you don't think about the cause and effect. You only just look at it from who was the last guy in that moment that caused a mistake. But you don't see the whole picture around it. And that's what these managers do. That's how they look to create openings for their team. You know? Ask yourself, why is it that Gavardio and Nunes are the guys who are making these third-man runs? Why is it not Foden? Why is it not Haaland? Why is it not the typical attacking players making the runs in behind and through our defence? Why has Guardiola decided to have the fullbacks and Gavardio and Nunes make those infield runs to catch us out? Think about that. Think about that. Because we've seen that consistently as this first half has been coming to an end here. Think about that detail. Okay. I mean, it's been a surprisingly, like, engaging tactical affair from both Guardiola and Maresca. That they've both created issues for each other, and they've also exploited each other as well. I feel like City have been able to nullify what we've been doing so far of how they're looking to play through us. I think that's how they've found themselves back in the game. Why they've tested us a few times with these very close offside traps. And the moment I saw Marmoush's goal disallowed being offside, I kept thinking eventually they can get something against us at this rate, yeah. They can find something against us at this rate. You know, we'll have to switch things up a little bit, I think, at times now. We need to get back the midfield back on the ball again now. You know, we've not had control possession for a while. And maybe the attacks are too, like, direct now. It requires a bit too much running. You know, we should have the quality against Man City to maintain possession a bit and keep the ball and play through them. Reese. Moises. Spread to Cucurella. Into the feet of Nico. Drop of the shoulder. Great play outside the boot pass to Sancho. That's a bit better now. Finally, after 15 minutes, we're actually doing our first proper passage of football to create against Man City. Noddy, can you take the shot off? Oh, unlucky. Deflection. Unlucky. But that's what I'm saying, you know, a bit more of that in terms of opening City up now. Like, play through them a bit more now, you know? Play through them. I think that's it now. First half is over, my friends. 1-1. It's a weird one, and when I look at how the game has ebbed and flowed in that first half, I think it's been a very engaging game. Both managers are trying to cancel each other out, exploit each other's game plans, and they've both found successes towards that. I feel like the second half is going to be a different game now, because both are going to tweak things up even more now to try and change the balance of the game in their favor. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Hopefully I get some good questions from you guys. I get that we're shit, blah, 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 but we're not playing against Ipswich today. We're playing against Man City. So let's not forget that in the back of our minds, yeah? Anyway, Science Burger. Jackson's showing no improvement whatsoever, even though he made the assist for the first goal. Absolute nonsense. Come on, you guys. I don't want any angst, yeah? I try and talk about football a bit differently. You guys should know this about me now, man, I don't like dealing with all the angsty stuff. This guy's crap, that guy's crap. If you think he's crap, tell me why he's crap. Give me something to work with, yeah? Please, please. But anyway, love for the super chat, bro. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not that type of guy. Franks Tomasi, much love. Nini, hope 2025 brings you many successes. Thank you very much, Franks Tomasi. You're always showing love. Okay, other questions. Okay, let me just move this here. If Jackson had converted the chance, fucking hell. Yerps, Maresca on fraud watch, starting Noni over Netso. Oh, my God, some of these questions are fucking dumb, man. Samson, Felix away, Lavia injured. What did Fernandez do? Yeah, Peter Pan, Maresca will make subs 85th minute. Palmer's wank. Jackson ain't crap. Your point is right, bro. It's not about Noni being lazy. It's about letting Kovacic pass the ball over the top with no pressure. Thank you. There's someone who knows football here. That understands what's going on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Chelsea explained. Typical goal to concede. We played City's offside, but Madueke didn't step up. Again, I can't be expecting my winger to be turning into prime Reece James. If you're relying on your winger to have that level of defensive aptitude, you're really hoping for a miracle in a football game, right? Let's keep it real. And even then, as I said, Man City weren't running through us with your Haalands or Marmouches or Fodens like we'd expect. They're using Gavardio. They're using Nunes. They're starting deep runs. The blocks in this game have been very compact. It's not been a wide open game. It's been a very compact game. And City realised, well, you know what? No one is able to track the runs of the inverted fullbacks. No one can actually do that in our team. So they're the guys from Man City which create those openings to exploit us in behind. And that's what happened today. Noni was taking it. Listen, he was on his man, following his man. But Noni's going to be looking at his defensive line when he's got to deal with the pressure of a winger beside him. Come on, you guys. I'm not going to accept no dumb football talk today. I'm sorry. I'm not going to accept that. Okoba, to do something special, we need our wingers to be top notch. Exactly. I agree with that. And they've shown promise in Sancho and Madueke. My thing is, did we find them enough as the second half was coming to an end? I don't think we did. If we can consistently, regularly create opportunities for Sancho and Madueke to go 1v1 against these City fullbacks, ask them questions the other side, I think this is our avenue to exploit them. I said this in my preview. I also said this as the stream started. Out wide is going to be key for us to get a result today. Yeah. Can the team do more to release these guys? Let's hope they can. Wildest one, what am I watching? No excuse. Oh, fuck, man. Oh. Jolly Porn Star, 1-0 up playing a high line. Oh. Or say you can't play both Sanchez and Madueke. Oh, fucking hell. Why do I deal with this stuff sometimes? Fuck's sake. Some of you guys just don't know what you're talking about. Okoba, Nini, it's a team sport. The guy should be in sync. Oh. Nico as an option on the wings would be half for any team to deal with. It's a shame we don't have a striker, though, who can play in this position. Matthew Davis, we stopped playing as soon as we got our goal. Literally just passing it to Sanchez to hoof it. Listen, City switched things up. like I said, one of the key things we saw after Kuzanov struggled with the build-up is Kova and Gundogan took turns, moving to create a makeshift back three. That means that they had a guy who was comfortable in possession close to the centre-backs, and he would regularly take control of what was happening in the build-up play. That was the tweak that Guardiola made. Like, this is what I mean, you guys. Like, at this level, we have to respect the level we watch sometimes, but we're not watching League Two opposition playing against each other. We're watching top-class Prem teams. I know from the fan perspective sometimes it's like, what's going on? This is shit, blah, blah, blah. But you have to look at the moving parts, and the parts are constantly moving tactically. Yeah, this is why things shift. This is why things don't remain the same. Yeah, to get a win over 90 minutes is hard, especially in this country now where most of the top managers are in the Premier League. Every 30 minutes a game is different. That's just how it is now. Like, you got to wake up to how the football is, man, you know? Shadrach, don't let these fans stress you out. I'm not stressed out, but, you know, I'm a guy that holds my emotions, like, you know, my emotions are on my sleeve sometimes. That's like, I'm not going to just, like, pretend and just, like, nah. Sometimes it's like, I'm sorry, man. Some of these questions just really annoy me. And it's like, just really get on my nerves. Hasnain. Yes, City did switch things up, but didn't give them a fight. Exactly. You're right. And this is how we didn't keep the lead. You're so right, Hasnain. The pressure off the ball then, it slacked off. How many times near the end of the first half were Gundogan and Kova allowed to play balls over the top? Who was onto them? Where was the pressure there? I felt like maybe Cole Palmer should have been a bit more aware then. He's good at intercepting these moves, right? But can he consistently press to close down? He's showing the inconsistencies there. And when you're allowing these guys, you know, when the game is played in like a very tight block, you know, the distance to play a ball over the top, you don't have to hit a 70-yard pass or 80-yard pass. You're hitting like a 30, 40-yard pass right over the top. I think the defenders have maintained the high line well. But City know that we can do that. But they also know that we got the wingers who are tracking back the runs that City are making out wide. And they know that eventually we're more likely to lose our defensive shape due to one of the attacking players being onside. Like, this is the thing. Our wingers are crap. Deshaun, hoping for a positive reaction second half. Let's hope so. Because, listen, we have to look at the positives in this half. Our football can also create issues against Man City. But it comes down to what we always fucking say. Can we minimize self-inflicted mistakes? Can we take opportunities that come our way? If we could have done that this season, I think we're like right up there with Liverpool. Let's keep things real. Our football produces these moments. But the players at the moment, they just can't execute these actions with the efficiency they should be, you know? This is the issue. Mark Malloy. Madueke not tracking his man, okay. Yerps, Maresca doing his best Poch impression, get the lead, drop back. I hear what you're saying, but it's, you know, it's also a hard one. Blue Line, Jackson wants to kill me. I mean, listen, I think my thing with Jackson is blame the fucking directors for not already bringing in a number two. I mean, I've seen this a million times with young strikers. They will lose their form at times, yeah? Normally, the serious clubs already have that number two who instantly replaces you after you play one or two bad games. Then it's up to the other guy to fight for his spot back. And that's how you keep the level rising. It's like, you know, it's like, it's a simple football principle. Like, I remember when I was young, when Madrid had Benzema and Higuain, yeah? Eventually, who won that battle? Benzema, who became better for that. And Higuain rightfully had an amazing career when he left to go to Italy, right? But that's what you have to do. That's the things that help over the course of a season. Sebastian, we got Rory Jennings wannabes in this chat. Zero, I mean, I think that's a very fair take. Zero ball knowledge from a lot of this stuff. It's just like, I get where fans, like, we moan for straight, but I can't be reading these comments 24/7, bro. Like, come on, you guys. You know what my channel's about. I need to see more proper football astute questions. Like, let's talk about better things, man. Eric Maynard, we're not pressing City will win easy if you don't wake up. Exactly. So in terms of the second half, is Maresca going to have to do something to balance the midfield a bit more? Are we going to be able to target City's dangerous players? Listen, the second half is going to be different when City can bring on guys like Savio to run at more tired legs to stretch the game more. It's going to evolve even more in the second half. It's about our moments and how we react to City's changes. I don't think we reacted enough. I don't think we did. And listen, I think a lot of times it does come down to player quality. Yeah, it does come down to that. Ideally, Maresca's thinking, please, look what they're doing. Palmer, someone, put pressure on cover. But these guys, they don't have 200 games in their career yet where they're smart enough to know how to move, you know? That's the thing. Zulu, what's your thoughts on Nottingham Forest distraction, bro? My thoughts are in this game right now, bro. Remy, Jackson should have buried this game long ago. He doesn't deserve this club. So you don't think Palmer's pass helps? Fair enough. Avian, look at the replay. I think Jackson could have taken the shot. I think he didn't because he hates using his left foot. Isn't that interesting? He doesn't have a left foot. And that's the thing. You know, I find it crazy that so many opportunities in our team, like it encourages Nico to have to take shots with his left foot. I think to myself, why can he not like receive some of these passes from the opposite side and the right side? But at least he's likely to have more confidence to get it on target, at least bare minimum. I'm not saying even score. At least to get it on target. The guy just don't trust his left foot. And yeah, you know, like when you've got a striker who's got amazing attributes, but isn't perfect with like other key ones, don't like no real left foot, aerial play, you know, so. Doesn't have the widest range of like shooting technique, right? You know, he's not like, doesn't always hit it first time, no half volleys, no acrobatic finishes. There's limitations behind the full extent of his finishing, right? Do we make some of these opportunities a bit easier for him? And I only say this because when Timo Werner fooled the footballing world into thinking that he was like a serious European class striker, I said in my analysis reviews, he scores the same 5 or 6 goals every week. And that tells you that this Leipzig team have extracted the full amount of anything they could get from Timo Werner, yeah? I'm not saying, you know, Nico will be on that level, but at the moment, at his 23-year-old's like form, could we maybe simplify things a little bit? Like all the goals he was scoring for us at the start, they were coming from finishing off moves, coming on the end of attacks. Not like proper like striker goals, right? If you know what I mean. Anyway, Nearmal should not let City pressure us. Exactly. Nate Lewis, for attacking players that actually get minutes, only Neto is willing to put the work in. But I mean, I think his form recently, I'm sorry you guys, I don't think Maresca's wrong for thinking Sancho and Madueke, considering the form we've seen at the moment from Neto, especially that last game against Wolves, he was totally out of sync with the team. I don't think Maresca's a villain for thinking maybe I'm not starting this guy today. He might come on, but I don't think it's wrong for him to not start. Fact, Sancho is sleeping, can't tackle, can't pass the player 1v1, can't do nothing. Alan, bro, like you guys forgetting we're playing fucking Man City? Like, are you guys like absolutely nuts? Do you think we're playing against like Colchester Uniteds? That's crazy. Like you guys, some of you guys are crazy, man. JJ Generation, how do you think we switch up tactically to counter their inverted fullbacks? That's a good question. Listen, there's limits to my football armchair analysis, and I'm gonna just confidently say that. I'm not too sure. My only thought is I'm reacting to Man City. But I don't know what proactive change I can make to force City to react to us. I don't know. At the moment, it seems like our game plan maybe of like playing for moments has brought us great opportunities. But is it sustainable for the level of this team? Like, do we have the experience and the know-how to deal with different game states? So I'm not too sure. So in the second half, do we play a more familiar game? Do we go back to inverting the fullbacks, using the makeshift back three to play out now? Is that a way to try and get a bit more control back in midfield again? Because using inverted fullbacks in that manner does that. Because in the first half, we were more of a back four team. You know, Colwell, Jalaba, they spread really wide. You know, he encouraged Reece James to come inside with, flipping Caicedo and Enzo. And he would tell one of the other fullbacks to push higher up, you know. A few times Sanchez from goal is looked to play at long to find Cucurella and others. Obviously not being consistent with the passing at all. But you know, that's what I think, you know, with how City now have been able to regain the midfield again near the end of that first half. Do we now maybe go back to our classical approach now of being more inverted and having options closer to their midfields and playing a different game now, a game that's not about playing for moments? That's only my limited thoughts, but the second half is about to begin now, and we're going to see what changes are going to be made and what we're going to do differently now. Second half begins now, my friends. And now we kick things off and we look to see what's done now. We look to see what's done. I find it very interesting on that first half. You know, like you'd think, oh, City, you're going to play towards Haaland. No. He was on the periphery in the first half. Yeah. And we got done by their fullbacks of all players. Gavardio he had the most shots in the books, the most attacking involvements. Like, that says quite a lot. Anyway, Palmer. City on the ball. I'm looking at the positioning of players. It seems like Nico's a bit closer now to cover. Is that the change? Because Nico was drifting wider a lot in the first half. As Maresca realised, shit, we've allowed City to regain the midfield because we didn't have no one on Cover and Gundogan the entire time. But let's see what happens, because Cover's a very smart guy. You know, he's one of the best at build-up. He is not a fool. He knows how to ghost people. He knows how to trick people. Like, he's a thinking man's football player. He is. So it's not that simple. Okay. Hitting it long this time in behinds. You can see why Jalibert was playing today over Tosin, guys, because that pace is needed. And Kukurea is there, of course, and it goes out of play. What does Enzo do? Stick Nkunku on. Okay. Fully dark. I don't know how you guys defend professional football players that's getting out yearly paychecks in a single week when they do these things. Fair enough, my guy. I don't know. This sport might not be for you then, if that's how you really see things, bro. Oh, Noni. Great play, Noni. Great play, Noni. Can you take it to the byline now? That's what I want to see you do, Noni. Doubled up on. Ball's caught under his feet, and there's an opportunity wasted there. But Caicedo, doesn't win the second ball. City are carrying it up the field now, Marmouche. Plays it back into Mateo Kovacic, who has been ever present in that midfield now for Man City. Oh, come on, it's a bit more quality, Noni. But anyway, Nico is very much told to get close to cover, instead of that being Cole Palmer's job, which maybe naturally means that, listen, if you're expecting Palmer to be like astute in terms of his like diligence, in terms of defensive scanning, you're not going to have much hope for that over 90 minutes, right? It's not sustainable. Okay, Nico. See, at least this way, it's for City were able to play out through the middle. They're still trying to do that. Of course, you've got Silvers who can drop deep and stuff, but it's not as simple now. We'll force them all the way back, and we win the second ball. Can we get that? Yes, we do. We eventually get that, and that's already a nice little improvement. Noni with a great Cruyff turn. Caicedo, fucking move, man. Back to Reece James. So we look to tackle things now by just, you know, controlling cover now. You know, it was too easy for City to play out through the middle in that first half. And now it seems like more of a traditional back three, is it? You know, I'm seeing Cuckoo there on that side now. Anyway, he releases to Sancho. Shit, Sancho and Nico aren't in sync then. You know, these little, like, territorial moments we have. And that's the quality right now. You know, we're not taking advantage of them. Okay. I'm just looking at the defensive shapes and patterns. Like, chat, like what are you also noticing in terms of our defensive shape in the second half, in terms of what we're looking to do, like off the ball now? Like, are there any like tweaks or differences that you're noticing now compared to that first half? Let us know if you got the time to type. See, that wasn't happening near the end of that first half. Mistakes out from the back. It happened at the beginning, but then City were able to control things. Now they're back to making mistakes in the half on the ball now. I mean, who wants that ball from Kukurea? Okay, Sancho does. And he plays it back inside to Enzo. Reece James, good. Keeping the ball a bit more now. Kukurea, makeshift back three. Is it Reece James? Or are we doing something where Reece and Kukurea will take turns to invert? Let's see. Anyway, Moises. Nice. Releases Jadon Sancho. He can go at his man 1v1. Plays the pass in behind to Nicholas Jackson. Is he fouled? No. Kuzanov was too strong then. You know, it's like we're forcing like a few errors again. Cole Palmer. Please, who's in the box? Who's in the fucking box? Only Nico's in the box. Only Nico's in the box. Aye. We're not serious. We're not serious. Like, bro, we've created these. We've not taken advantage of any mistake against Man City. And now, look, Haaland 1v1. Cole was out of position. Oh. Like, this is the thing with our football team, man. It's like we do a lot of the right things, but then it's just like little bits of quality or moments that lack. You know, this is why we're not ruthless enough, where we should be. Like, it must be frustrating for Maresca. If Maresca had like a Liverpool squad or something, I'm sure he's doing bits with them right now. Anyway, far post cross to Sancho. Who's there? Back inside to Kukurea. Like, do you guys see what I mean? Like, we forced like 4 errors again in City's half. Edison hitting it out of play. Cover getting dispossessed by Palmer. But the reaction then to punish, that killer instinct, is it really there right now? Is it really there? Corwell, you know, got done then, Corwell. Allowed Haaland to take the shot with his left foot as well. Reactive defending. Okay, Gundogan's dropped deep now. All the way back to goal, Edison. And Edison panics and hits that long. Oh, yes. Good defending, Trev. Good defending. Brave defending from Jalaba then. Brave defending. Good. You have to do that shit sometimes. You got to take one for the team, yeah? Oh, Haaland's boots in the air. And, okay, I think it's that second contact actually that actually did most of the damage. But that's brave defending right then. Come on, Trev. Why do we shoot over the bar so often? Kukurea, Coco Puffs, Jude, Appiah were so slow to react to loose balls except Moises. I mean, you're forgetting all the times we've dispossessed them in their half, fair enough. Is that Kuzanov off now for John Stones? Probably. Because Pep's thinking, shit, I need to be able to pass to a defender who can help me play out from the back now. Which is common sense. So I'm going to give you guys a bit of a heads up. John Stones being introduced early second half is a sign that, okay, expect a different tactical tweak now. Because City are like, yo, this guy's on a yellow card already, which is probably the main reason why he's getting subbed off. But most importantly, we need an additional guy we can play out the back with. We need that right now. And John Stones can offer that because he's a great ball-playing defender. I just wish we had that killer instinct at times. You know, those old Chelsea teams, you know, Drogba's and Co's, like 3 meals they'd eat up every day. But equally, you know, we didn't sign Drogba when he was 23, did we? When he was playing for Le Mans. Before. Wasn't even at Marseille at the time, bro. And you just think to yourself, I don't know, man. I think because I'm just bored of not winning things. My only take I have at the moment is, listen, we've got enough talent that needs like 1 or 2 years to like peak up. Let's assign the quality that can play alongside them now. Let's, come on, youth this, youth that. Like, I don't like extremes, yeah? There was a time when I needed youth at the time because we were on the other end, like a bit too slow, a bit too old, and we needed some new life. But now the other approach is too much on youth and players that haven't even peaked yet. Not even like a few 25-year-olds and shit in the team. You know, like Robert Sanchez is your oldest senior player on the field. It's like, bro, you know what I mean? How is your goalkeeper at 26, 27, your oldest senior player in the team? It's too much the other way of youth. Like, I know, man. Oh, that's a very interesting pass then from Sanchez to Nico. Come on, James, that's yours. We need Sterling back. Straight red to Haaland for that, but okay. Samsung, Enzo Fernandez, most experienced player. Yeah, we don't have to do balance at this. We don't have to do balance at this club. Yes, but and I don't know why. This is my main thought now. What is this reluctance to add a bit of balance? Like, because my thing is, if there was a real pressure to win, surely we're doing that. I mean, are we seeing low-key signs like Torsen being signed, you know, trying to make moves for Mark Gurley? Are they slowly realizing we need to address this? Maybe, I don't know. You like to think so, right? Anyway, Kukurea, he's there. Hits that long over the top. Nico put pressure on him. Bit of head tennis from Akanji. And cover. Fucking hell. Okay, it doesn't come off for him. Do we get the second ball again? No, Man City control it. Player back to Edison. But we're still pressing. Edison's force-headed long this time. Reece, that's yours all day. Of course that is. And possession's back in our hands. Moises to Trevor Chalobah. Spreads it wide to Colwell. Colwell's looking up. Safe pass wide to Kukurea. Plays it back inside to Colwell. And it goes back to goal. Now, let's just keep the ball for like a minute or two now, you know? Let's slow the intensity down a little bit. Like, we can't tire ourselves out in a game like this. Sanchez, great pass. Great pass. But Noni's touch out of feet wasn't great. And that good pass from Sanchez has been wasted. It's gone back to him. And now he's forced to just fucking hit it up the field now. Football, man. Yes, Reece. Put pressure. In the air, that's ours again. Yes, yours, Reece. That's yours. Yes, off the field, that's ours. The Man City commentators are in the pits. I'm not convinced about Chelsea's manager. There are no subs to make yet need. Do you think this transfer strategy is on Winsley and Stewart? Or are they straight puppets? I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a combination, to be honest, man. I mean, they were also recruited for what they were doing at Monaco and Brighton when they were signing young men. That was their forte, and that's why they were hired. So, nah. Oh, fuck me in the arse. Oh, my lords. Nico Jackson, you idiot. Bro, we need to sign this left-footed striker. We have to sign this left-footed striker pronto, yeah? Pronto. I'm not going to lie, with how we play, it seems like, are we low-key more suited to like a left-footed striker? I mean, we create so many opportunities down that side. But to think, I don't know what this brother was doing. But another nearly moment. And this is the thing I get pissed off about, yeah? Because when I look at games again, and sometimes I watch these games again, I see all these moments where there was signs of greatness that could have come. Signs of greatness could have come from these moments. And it's always the wrong play or the inexperience or the shit action 24/7. Get in front of your man, Sancho. Oh, the touch is away. Shit. Can he come back inside to shoot? And he doesn't even get it on target. Oh, fuck. This is what I mean, bro. Like, all I think to myself, and Sancho, how is he offside? Oh, my God. How are you offside, my guy? How? Bro, this team, man. This team. We have to sign experience for these guys. It's just common sense. We need a bit more know-how on the field, man. It's like, this is why our football is not sustainable. We can do all the right things and compete, but when we can't turn competition to victories right now because of all these things that accumulate on the field, all these mistakes, yeah? All these mistakes, all the self-inflicted mistakes all the time. I'm seeing some of you guys call for Nkunku. I mean, if he came on right now, in a game like this, maybe he can even play on the left realistically for Sancho. Yeah? A bit of know-how. I feel like in Nkunku, you don't need 10 shots to score a goal. And Nkunku, Christo. Come on, Christo. I feel for this brother. Nico's off? Yeah, I think so. I think with Maresca, listen, Nico, you did the off-the-ball work today. Calm. Yeah? But this... Yeah, he's still raw. Nico is still raw. I mean, I get it. I mean, he hasn't been playing football since he was 18, right? He started late. So again, look at the games he's played. Like normally, I think if you're, if you're a player that come into a club like us, I think you need at least 100 games minimum. You already have under your belt, yeah, 100 games minimum. We've signed most of our guys with less than 100 appearances. So this is why you see all this stupid stuff on the field that. And I see why you guys are like, this guy's shit, that guy's shit, this guy's shit, everyone's shit. Because, the know-how is just not there at times. Noni, skip past Gavardio, cuts inside this fake fucking player. Like, what defender do you see? And he's used his right foot then to cut inside and then pin the pass to Nunes. You know what? I think another mistake I made, like, if there was an opportunity to sign Gavardio back in the day, I mean, we came close. I honestly think he should have been bought, to be honest. I mean, this guy's a proper football player. Yeah, exactly. Nico, yeah, I get it, you guys. We know this. We know this. Nico, again, the fact that the directors ain't even patting the striker in this window. Hopefully someone good's coming in the summer, yeah? I think it's quite clear why number 2's needed. Okay, Cucurella 1v1 against Nunes. Shit. Come on, Cuckoo. Quick feet. Stop the cross. Yes, Cuckoo. Yes, Cuckoo. But you guys, the second half start, both teams kind of cancelling each other out at the moment. We've created the opportunities to cause some danger, but our quality has let us down every single time. This is a moment now. Things are going against us. Are we going to capitulate and concede this set piece? We can't. Short kick. Back to Foden. Back inside. Cleared by Noni. Good. Moises. Okay, no pressure on the ball carriers, but there's no options for them to play in front. So he carries it up, plays it to Gavardio. Is that? Yep. There was an opportunity then, but our high line kind of negated Mamush who's running behind then. Pressure by Sancho. Silva keeps the ball, plays it back. Edison on the ball now. Looking up, who does he find? Plays it back to Bernardo Silva. Come on, Nico. I mean, Nkunku, now you're on the field, man. I can't afford for you to be lazy off that ball now, yeah? Please, Nkunku. Please, please, please. You're going to be key in terms of making it difficult for City to play out from the back. But at least with Nkunku, man, I got more faith he's going to bury these shots compared to Nico. Nkunku's finishing repertoire is just much greater than Nico's right now. Much greater. On the ball. Cuckoo's pushed inside. Mahmoud drops deep. Haaland's trying to stay on the back post of Levi, but Cucurella's back there. But Haaland's looking to get in front of Colwell. That's going to be a tough one. Colwell, can he at least force him back? Good. Okay. Colwell, look back. Marmoush. Nah, you're up against Reece James, man. You're not playing against these Bundesliga defenders, bro. You thought you were going to nutmeg Reece James on your debut. Absolute madness. Absolute madness. On your debut. Have some respect, man. See, like Reece James, honestly, for me, is probably I mean, listen, for me, he's our best player. I think he's better than Cole Palmer. He's the only one that plays with the type of authority, quality, big game experience, that he's the only one in the squad that really has that to the high level you need it to be at. You know, I think when Reece James really announced himself as like this guy is clear in that Real Madrid game when you know, that infamous game where we should have won, we were very unlucky. I mean, yeah, the fact that Benzema and Vinicius was applauding him after that game. I mean, listen, Madrid players, these arrogant motherfuckers, they know when they're up against someone who's top class. Yeah, Reece, exactly, plays it back to the keeper. To Cucurella now. Sancho. Again, he was getting blocked off then. Neto, okay, Neto could be an interesting option now. Malo Gusto's also warming up. Like, you guys in the chat, like, what substitutions would you make potentially if you wanted to like add something to the game, or maybe just like keep the intensity up? Like, what decisions are you making? I think with how we're playing, it makes sense. Of course, if Lavia was fit, he'd be starting in a midfield 3. Things would be a bit different, but I think that Maresca's adapted quite well. Anyway, Reece James, look at the back post. Come on, Reece. Oh. Hey, right now he's got headlines in his head, Marmouche. He's got headlines in his head right now. I get it. But Haaland, man, when he's isolating any of our defenders, he's just stronger than them, realistically. Oh, Marmouche. Yeah, thank God I wasn't on target then. Fuck's sake. This guy's showing he's got the personality to play for Man City, right? He's not phased. Anyway, Gavardio. At least we're limiting, like, Gavardio and Nunes. Before, they had too much space in front of them to make their late man runs and behinds. But now, like, the wingers are fully on them in this half now. And Kunku on Kovacic. See, we've looked to limit that. Forcing it long to Haaland. This is the only thing now. It creates a new issue. Now that City have to play long, they've got Haaland to do that. And of course he scores. And fuck me. See what I mean, man? I just don't think we're as good as we think we are. Let's just keep it real. Fuck, man. We're not as good. It's just that clear. Self-inflicted. Absolute insanity. Absolute insanity. We're not that team, you guys. We're not that team. It's become abundantly clear. Look, long kick. Chalobah, I got skinned too fucking easy. And what the hell is Sanchez fucking doing? What an idiot, man. It's like the definition of insanity. Like, you know, you'll bet any money you want that we're gonna fuck things up for ourselves. It can be at the most like non-consequential areas of the fields, and somehow some idiot panics, makes a mistake, and at the disadvantage. I mean, Robert Sanchez, you absolute moron, yeah? You fool. You absolute fool, Sanchez. Look at Enzo. See, this is the type of shit he's going to be like, I'm going to be at Real Madrid's where they come for me, because I'm tired of playing with these bums now. What an absolute moron. Absolute moron. Why? How? Yeah. Honestly, I think that decision alone, listen, I think he's done more goods than bads. I said, realistically, if you want to go for a keeper, you're not doing it in January. It's the summertime. But then, like, listen, if you're also going to be going in the market for these fucking, like, the 6th goalkeeper in a row, you sign the Diogo Costas so Man City doesn't sign him, yeah? That's who you sign. You go for someone who's clear. It's what you do right now. Sanchez he could be a good number 2, but you keep seeing it recently now, you know? It's the mental side to his game. You know, technically, he's good, but the mental side, the decision-making, under pressure, panic. I mean, it's absolute insanity to leave your goal mouth just like that. where did you think the ball was going? You've just like single-handedly, all that hard work has meant nothing right now. I mean, listen, blame some of the fucking directors for the moves they're making in the market. You can't take over a football club debt-free. Yeah, debt-free. Invest over $1 billion, get whoever you want. And you're in a position where, you know, you've got 5 keepers, you know, and then like not one of them is like the undisputed number one. When, you know, a common principle in football is if you want to do something serious in the game, you have a top goalkeeper. Yeah. When you saw Alisson go to Liverpool for like 80 mil, yeah, Edison, this is what you do. And just like that, bro, just like that. Oh, fuck me, man. Sorry, you guys. I'm going to go through these questions in a second. Let me see how this move plays out. Insanity. Madweke. It's outside. Oh, Gavardio. Wins the corner at least. Dogs, the way we sat from the start, come on City, you should have been 5-0 up at the half-time. I mean, I don't think they should have been 5 up. But listen, the second half has been, you know, again, we've blocked off City's ability to play out through the middle. But now they're playing it long to Haaland. And we've seen a few times when he's making these channel runs out wides. You know, is Corwell in control of him? Is Reece James in control? Was Gallagher in control? I mean, Haaland is the definition of that kid in your youth days when you used to play Sunday League who was like 6 foot already as a 12-year-old, and he's up against all these like 5'2" little scrawny ass youths, right? Haaland is like the embodiment of that in the Premier League. I mean, he's an absolute physical Norwegian monster, this guy. Just like fake attributes, fake, yeah, like test lab, cyborg, whatever you want to call him. Just like a fake football player, man. Centre-back builds with like a fucking Usain Bolt speed. It's, yeah. I don't know what Alfie was eating or doing during that time when Haaland was conceived, but he has to, you know, he has to release the minerals, man. He has to tell us the blueprint. Because I want a Haaland, you know. Reece James, yeah, he has to come off because he can't play full 90s. That was always the plan. Enzo Fernandez, you know, he's a good player, this guy. I feel like he's playing too many losers and duds, to be honest with you. Ah, fuck me, man. Fuck me, Robert Sanchez. A lot of us clocked, when that second goal didn't go in, fuck. Is that going to be the moment where you look back on? Honestly, bro, yeah. And then we want to go back in the market to sign like Garnacho and shit, bro. Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. In my head, I had 2-2 draw. The only way we get back is if Man City fuck things up for themselves and we get like a cheap draw in the end. I'd say this game ebbed and flowed. I felt like we had the first 20-25 minutes. City came back. The start of the second half was a bit even, and I think City have now slowly regained. By just playing it long to Haaland, I mean, it's really, he's asking us questions at the back now, and our defense hasn't contained him. You know, ain't contained him. Like, I wish we had Thiago Silva. I think the only Chelsea defender I've seen that single-handedly pockets Haaland was Thiago Silva. Because Thiago Silva could outthink Haaland. That was the thing. Haaland was like, shit, being strong ain't going to do nothing for me against this old geezer. because Thiago Silva can outthink my next move. Yeah, that was why he was phenomenal for us. But we don't have that type of guy anymore in the squad, right? Why did Chelsea get rid of Mendy for this? Because also Mendy kind of did fall off near the end as well, man. Has name. Palmer can get subbed off and Kunku in 10 position will play Mark you up front. Come on, man. What's you going to do in this game? Bring back Rudiger. Yeah. He had a Rudiger against Haaland. Fuck me. That's like, you know what? This is the guy that you give whatever contracts he wants because you probably save money in the long run when you're not forced to buy 6 other defenders who aren't at his level. And you keep Rudiger because you don't just think about the Premier League. You think about the European teams around you thinking, I know Rudiger's got this striker on toast. He's got this guy in his pocket. He's spanking this guy's ass from behind. You know what I mean? But listen, that's what I'm saying. Our old ownership are all so stupid. Imagine that Rudiger and Christensen leave on freeze, yeah? Like, again, I look at this team and I just wish. Imagine if Cole had Rudiger beside him, you know? I hate that with the football club right now. You have to always go back to like wouldas, couldas, shouldas, you know? Oh. Play same, bro. We have not played the same tactics every game. That's got nothing to do with anything, bro. Thank you for the super chat, but your question, your answers, yeah, it's not correct, bro. That's not been the case. Nunes, City able to push their fullbacks up higher now. De Bruyne's on the field now. Those dirty underlaps. Yeah. It's more likely to be 3-1 to City than it's going to be 2-2 to us right now. Thank you, Kukurea. I mean, I think Kukurea leaves here with his head held high. Been very impressed with Kukurea today. I can see why Pep tried to sign him. I really get it now. I really see the vision. But you could argue maybe he's got someone better in Gavadio. I don't know. Bro. Seeing this like what's worse, you guys? Is it worse as a fan to see your team start a season really shit, but then come back strong in the second half? Or is it worse to see your team start really sick at the first half of the season and then fall off second half? What is more painful? What hurts more? We cannot keep the ball, yet we are shits. Bro, 1 week break from Wolves to this. Why the fuck do our players look dead? I mean, I don't know about that. Again, it's City, so you can't just, you can't play like how you did against Wolves. You got to respect them. Like, I get what everyone's saying, but I also feel the perspective is being lost that it's Man City. A City team that, listen, they're serious. When they fell off, did they waste time in the market looking for guys they could sign, or did they already secure deals to help? You know, like City are like, they refuse to have like a 15-16 season like what we did. They're like, no. There's standards at this football club. We're in the market right now. We're coming back. And I mean, listen, would it surprise me if City came second in the league after their like poor form? It wouldn't. It really wouldn't. You know, you think to yourself after Paris Saint-Germain 2 and shit like that. Oh. This is what I keep saying, man. I feel like City see us like how we see Tottenham. It's an easy meal. That's the reality. Oh, Chelsea. Oh, no, they got a goal against us, but you guys, don't worry. Like, they'll beat themselves eventually. They'll beat themselves and we'll get back in the game. And that's exactly what we did. Lewis, I guess that 5 mistakes that led to goals. Yeah, that is 5 mistakes now. Obviously, the 2 bad mistakes against Brighton. Yeah. The near post shot against Martinelli against Arsenal. You're thinking near post? Fuck me. And yeah, the last 2 games. But at this point, yeah, I feel like if there's going to be criticism, I feel like as a fan base, the criticism goes to the top now. Because You know, you're running out of excuses for blaming managers for not getting the best out of players and X, Y, Z and all this bullshit. The excuses are running thin now. They're running thin. Yeah. If Guardiola took over our football club, I'd probably expect Sanchez to still make these mistakes realistically. Yeah. But the difference is if Pep has a player like that at Man City, they're not going to be there long and he has a quality guy to turn to. But with us, no. Enzo, insides. Great pass to find Noni. Please keep it on the fucking field. Yes, keeps it, cuts inside. I want to see more Noni versus Gavardio. Ah, come on, Noni. That's useless, my guy. It's fucking useless. Useless. Gusto. Idiots. Oh, Haaland, this playground bully, man. Come on, Palmer. Can he play in behind? He doesn't. He looks to take it inside. Okay, interesting pass to Neto. Who's on the far post? Can he find Noni there? Nope. And it's wasted now. Now we're just playing in front of Man City at the moment. Straight to Neto again. Who's in the books? Who's making that run in the near post then? Palmer does, but it's too late. It was too late, Palmer, yeah? The opening was there earlier for you to run to the near post. Oh, my God, man. Honestly, you guys, every frustration we have, you look at the directors. You look at the directors for assembling the squad in their image. You had a blank clean sheet in terms of doing anything they could want, and this is what they decided to go for. Yeah? 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 The angst and the anger goes towards these guys. Neto, good, interesting ball. Moises, fake it in. Moises! Oh, fuck's sake. We're on the ball, finally. Enzo, forwards. The needle stuff. Kept out. City looking to hit us on the counter now. I'm sure Savio's going to come on any minute too as well. Anyway, and Nkunku, great. Running behind. Balling behind to Neto. Intercepted by the fucking midfield player, Nunes. Don't foul him. Win the ball, boys, please. That's yours, Gusto. Don't be panicking. Just play it. Sanchez, make one more mistake, I beg. Fucking moron. Idiot, man. Sanchez, you moron. Honestly, man. Oh, please. Nkunku. Fine, Nkunku Palmer. Of course he's fouled at the right time. Fouled at the right fucking time. Cover, you knew what you did. Don't even gas it. Just acting up right now. He knew what he was doing. But again, there's an opportunity from a free kick here now. Luis Aya, bring Kepa back. Nah, you guys, come on. I know we're getting desperate. No, you don't go back. Kepa, yeah? You guys are saying this in this game. But what you're doing at Bournemouth and what you're doing here is different things. We can't forget that, man. We can't forget that. We love gassing up the surprise packages of the season, rightfully. But it's never sustainable. How often do you see like a Bournemouth having a great season and then they keep it up for 3-4 years? You can't do that. Every season there's a new surprise package for a reason, but it's not sustainable. So no, Kepa's doing good for Bournemouth team on good form, but coming to us is a different rulebook, completely different rulebook, and he failed it multiple times. No. Palmer, we got no guys, no brothers who can do anything from these positions. Gavardio, this fake football player, man. Well played. Felix is going for, I mean, come on, man. The fact that, listen, when Palmer was out and this guy didn't even come on, it's obvious. Like, the manager does not care for him. But see here, play it long to Haaland, bro. Sanchez, like, it's insane. It's actually, like, this decision in that moment was so bad that I think at big clubs, 3 strikes and you're out, yeah? I think it's 3 strikes and you're out. Listen, I've shown this guy grace. There's been particular moments he stepped up for us. But it's not enough. It's not enough, you know? And I think in moments like this, in games like this, when your keeper can make that mistake, a big club shouldn't be wasting their time waiting to see if more output can come from the guy. I think he's communicated where he's at right now and the limits and why we can't grow further with Robert Sanchez, yeah? Listen, I don't have to see any more mistakes now. I don't need to see the 6th mistake or the 7th mistake now. I think after this particular howler, which I can argue is worse than even the Brighton ones contextually in this game. For me, yeah, I think Sanchez, if he's still here next season, actually, he might even be here next season with these stupid fucking directors. But if he's still here, yeah. I think that's it. That's the 5 strikes and he's out now. I'm sorry. You can't build with this guy. You can't. Insane decision. Insane decision. At least with Nico, you just think to yourself, get a number 2, get more competition. At least there's more positive he brings outside of missing opportunities, right? But Sanchez, yeah. Listen, I think the guy's claims are his best attribute by far, but surely we can find a keeper who's just as good, that can also keep his cool and isn't such an idiot, you know? Like, maybe we have to stop buying Spanish goalkeepers now. Maybe it's time to be like, you know what? They're clearly not working out for us. Yeah? That's it. City just have to play smart now. Wait for opportunities to exploit us structurally now. That's it. We haven't even really tested their goal at all. At least this is the thing, you know, you guys, I want to say something. Yeah, Nico came off because we get pissed off with his rawness. But again, he makes things happen with his stuff off the ball. He makes things happen off the ball. See, of course, man, Cornwall can't handle Haaland. Foden makes it 3-1. And it's game over. Thank you guys for watching the stream. You know, if you want to bounce right now, please, please, enjoy what's left of your Saturday, honestly, man. Enjoy what's left of your Saturday. Man City. This is like a serious squad, you guys. Because with Man City, if you think you got them controlled, they'll find a different way to play through you. And I was saying, okay, like Kovacic, stop him on the ball. Like, being an armchair fan, I know my limits. I know my limits, and I'm very humble accepting them. But what did City do to find a new solution? Oh, yeah, you're going to stop us playing out from the back? Fuck it. We're going to play it long to Haaland. What are you saying now? Can you stop Erling Haaland 1v1? And Cornwall, he can't stop him. He can't. I mean, can I be angry that 21-year-old Cornwall can't pocket Haaland? I don't think I can, bro. I don't think I can. But yeah, I mean, Haaland's just, he's the best striker for me, you know? And he knows, that's it. In my review, I said 3 guys to watch out for. Foden and Haaland. Obviously, they're always going to be those guys. De Bruyne didn't start, surprised me. But maybe Kovacic was the other guy I should have said. But that's it, man. You know, this is a Tottenham-style self-implosion from us. We are becoming the new Tottenham in this league right now. You know, we're a fucking feeder club for the big teams who know that you're guaranteed to get points against us. We can't maintain intensity. We got no experience or mental composure. I mean, this is a fucking shambles, honestly. Yeah? After that City team who got that disheartening defeat second half against Paris Saint-Germain. And this is the best we can do. Bro, it says more. It's not just the manager. Honestly, if I'm being brutally real with you guys, if I'm Maresca, hey, my hands are up right now, yeah? Listen, you guys, I gave you the blueprint today. You guys couldn't sustain it. That's not my business. Maresca, if I was you, Maresca, stop being a shill for the directors. Don't be a fucking shill. Yeah, don't be grateful to have the opportunity now. Start putting pressure on them. Yeah, start putting pressure on these guys. Get me this, get me that. I'm not happy with this. Stop talking shit in press conferences about being happy with this guy. Felix is my player. He's my player. You're not using these guys. We see it. We see it. We see it. Maresca, do not be a fucking show and a pussy. Please put the pressure on the top because it's their fault. It's their fault for this squad, bro. It's their fault for this squad, you know? It's their fault for this squad. No serious managers doing nothing with us. I think after seeing us play for this season again, my guys, all of us need to wake the fuck up and realize there's limits to this squad. There are limits to this squad, yeah? Don't be gassed by the first touches and the passing goals and the dribbles and shit like that. There is limits to this squad, and we've exhausted them right now. We've exhausted them. This model is not pushing us anywhere at the moment, unless it's big changes. And that big changes, we need to say fuck it, and we need to spend big on 2, 3, 4 big players now, yeah? Nah, I'm not going without CL football again. This is an absolute disgrace, yeah? He had every advantage given you away, and you're telling me the best he can do is this? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. You know, some of you guys, please do not direct your anger to Maresca. It's too easy. Look how the players don't execute nothing, yeah? Look how the players aren't executing actions, messing up mistakes, you know, messing up their movements, messing up this, messing up that. What does that tell you about the quality? When it's consistently the thing that catches us out. We need to wake the fuck up. We need to wake the fuck up, yeah. Wake the fuck up and start thinking bigger, for God's sake. Because I see a lot of these dumb comments in this game today. You know, scapegoating. Think bigger and think. Like, actually think. Think for once, yeah? Anyway, I've got a super chat here. Fucking embarrassing joke of a performance today. Absolute shambolic performance. Embarrassing. Anyway, Carnage, love from Toronto. I want a striker and goalkeeper, bro. You probably need, I can't believe I'm saying this, but you probably need another midfield player, yeah? You probably need a striker for sure. You need a goalkeeper. You could argue, do you need a defender, yeah? Someone who's like ready to compete straight, like, yo, I'm here. Like, boom. I don't need 3-4 years to be ready in the future for the 28-29 season, you know? I'm here because we're here to do shit right now, yeah? We're here for that right now. Rose King TV. What do you have to say about Sanchez today? Yeah, bro, I appreciate the super chat, but I mean, unless he just tapped into the stream right now, to the stream, yeah, bro, I said quite a lot against this guy. Long story short, listen, when you're a big club and you see another mistake, normally 3 mistakes and you're out, bro. This is 5 mistakes for Sanchez. It's simply this. Listen, he's got his qualities. No, you can't build with him. You can't build with Robert Sanchez. You can't. He's not going to be going to no next level. It's over. I think, you know, but again, I got no confidence in these directors that they can make the right fucking decisions and make the brave course. Because I don't think they fucking care. I don't think they care about winning anything right now. I think they care about their books, making these small profits and flips, bro. I don't think they care about that stuff. And that's the thing that's worrying me now, yeah? Maresca, before the game in an interview, I don't have to get top 4 this season. What? That's for next season. Bro, and you see it with the fucking purchases they make, yeah? Robert Sanchez is out now. Like, please, have some respect for the club directors. I know you don't give a fuck because you came here. You know, you're careerist guys, yeah? You're here to keep your jobs. As long as you're showing returns to these investors, these American guys who don't know nothing about football, calm. You know, you keep what you're doing, yeah? But please, for the respect of the club and the institution you're at, please realize, yeah, maybe we're going a bit too far with all this opportunity FC nonsense now. Maybe we've outdone the opportunities and we need results right now. We got a shit ton of money. We have to sacrifice guys. We've got to flip certain guys over. If we're giving Maresca 5 years, yeah, I'm sorry, no other managers coming in here making sense of the squad. I think we've seen. Listen, Pochettino got a lot of criticism last season. He exhausted what he could have done. And at least you could argue injuries didn't help this guy out. Maresca's had a lot more fortune. But I'm not going to lie. I think his ideas are right. And I think the players, man. I think it's the players. Yeah? They're not good enough at that level. That's simply the honest truth. Yeah? We have to wake up, you guys. You know, I can't be blaming, it's the striker. Oh no, it's just the manager. No. What excuses do we have left at this point? Like, please, you guys, tell me, what excuses do we have left to explain all this right now? What do we have left to fall back on, for God's sake? Like, let's keep it real now, you know? My issue is it's the top. It's the hierarchy. It's the structure. It's the top. It's the top, bro. It's the top. Yeah? Call Petrovic back because he's mid-table with Strasbourg. Come on, you guys. We've been so conditioned to accepting mediocrity. I think we forgot what it means to be winning. Like, remember back in the day when we had your Williams and Pedros, and these guys were, they're fucking shit, they're this, they're that. Yet we were competing for silverware, we were winning things, and we were also consistently getting CL. Yeah? Look how the standards have dropped in terms of our expectations right now. Petrovic coming back. Listen, he's a good keeper, but we're past the point of needing good guys now. We need great guys. We need great players alongside some of the great talent we have. It's really that simple. I think one of the biggest hallmarks you could argue this summer when Oliseh was in the bag and the directors fumbled that deal for Oliseh, that was a wake-up call. At the time, listen, I like Noni, but I was saying in that summer, if I'm getting the better player in Oliseh, where I think has a bigger upside than Noni, that is a sacrifice I can understand because clubs, they're forced into these decisions when opportunities like that open up. But we said no, Oliseh. We actually told Oliseh, I told you guys the truth because I know from an agent what happened behind why Oliseh wasn't signed. Yeah, Joe Shields put in all that groundwork to have him lined up and ready to get that contract signed on the dotted lines. And it was Egbali, it was Winstonley, and it was Lawrence Stewart who stalled the deal for 1 week. They gave him mixed communication. They gave him mixed signals. And they didn't talk to him for a week. And during that time, Bayern Munich clocked the whole tea about demands, how much he's going to cost. And they instantly swooped in a few days to seal it. And all to say is like, nah, I'm not wasting my time with Chelsea, man. Like, they're not serious. Like, for me, that should have been a bigger thing that I really pushed for more. Because that is like, listen, all to say is an upgrade signing to anyone on the wings. Can we keep it real? Some of these men on socials talking about how Oliseh is, don't go for him. I mean, I can't be going towards the fan base for good football opinions, to be honest with you. But there were the hallmark signs there. You had a guy that upgrades the team that we said no to. And what does that say about every other piece of business we've done since? About what the utility of this strategy is, about the direction of the football club, about how serious we are to want to compete and win things. When you have a guy like Oliseh in the palm of your hands, and you store that, and then you leak to the press, you create some bullshit narrative that he costs too much money. And a lot of these idiots in the fan base, they lapped that up. They lapped it up. Bro, I look at the fans as well, but they got nothing to do with anything. But yeah, man, it's just an absolute joke situation. I'm seeing Palmer doing banter now with Pep Guardiola. Bro, 1 more year this Palmer. Nah, the fuck out of here, man. I'm going back to Man City. I'm going back to Man City. Here's 150 million, Chelsea. Take it or leave it. You know what I mean? This is where we're going to right now. I'm sorry. This summer, now if we don't get sealed again, which is looking likely, I can't believe it, but it's looking likely, yeah? This will be a summer where certain men who are serious about their careers are going to be thinking, you know what? This whole project you gassed and sold me onto is a fugazi. It's an absolute lie. It's an absolute joke. We're nowhere near closer to that. And I'll give you guys another secret story as well, which I discussed in the past, but it was Declan Rice. I remember when Arteta invited Declan Rice, when he went to Declan Rice's yard to present his ideas about how he's going to play, what's going to happen, we also had a meeting scheduled. It was Winstonley and Graham Potter. And from what I heard, Declan Rice was deeply dissatisfied with the conversation. He didn't like Winstonley. Potter had no idea how to use him, which makes sense because he probably knew he wasn't going to be there in the next month. And Rice, one of the things I remember from another agent friend was Rice saying, with this whole model that Chelsea have, they're not going to be competing for the next like 3-4 years realistically. And that's why he was like, I'm not going to go. I'm going to Arsenal because they're a lot closer to competing right now. And let's just look at how history's played out, bro. Let's look at how history's played out, bro. Was he lying? Was he lying? Look at us, you know, look at us right now, man. It's an absolute joke. And I'm sorry. Please, if we have frustration today, please, I need to see opinions from you guys and the directors. The guys who control how things run out, how things play out, who comes, who goes. Please, please, please. I know you want to say this player's shit. You want to say that guy's shit. Fuck the manager, fuck him, fuck her, whatever. Please, for once in your lives, please today, direct that anger towards the directors. Put that pressure on these guys because they control things. They had a blank slate with our football club. And this is the best they did with over $1 billion spent. With over $1 billion spent, bro. Over $1 billion spent, yeah? Look at our 6th, bro. City ahead. I'm laughing at it. It's just like, it's not even, I'm not even finding it funny. I just like, what else can you do when you got these mixed emotions other than just fucking laugh and accept life for what it is, right? Just humbled again. Please. Like, please, like I said, Josie, I know you're listening to this, Chelsea, my brother, when I made that comment, it's because of dumb comments like that. Use your brain for once, yeah? Put the monkey brain emotion to the side. If you have any dissatisfaction and anger, Josie, direct that to the directors, yeah? Not the manager today. Don't be another idiot who's told himself, oh, there's a manager out there in world football who's going to make sense of this squad. Please, please use your brain. And anyone else who thinks like this guy, use your brain today. Think about what you're saying for once, please. Put that monkey brain reaction to the side and think. Why is it on the team shit? It's because the fucking players, man. Please, 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 please think about the bigger picture. Look at the picture, please. I beg. Look at the picture. Yeah, I even get that. Robert Sanchez, hey, he's out. And if he's here next season, oh my lords. Oh, if he's even here next season. If the club aren't actively saying, yo, Kobel, get your fucking ass here right now. You know, Diogo Costa, for God's sake, fuck it. Yeah, fine. We have to flip Felix to sign a goalkeeper. We have to do it. You know, please, please, please. Oh my fucking God, man. This club become an absolute joke, bro. Absolute. How? Why? Fuck me. Fuck me. Bro, hey, sometimes like I wear my heart on my sleeve. I just have to talk my shit. I don't care about being popular or liked sometimes, man. Honestly, like, I know I'm being a bit rude today to chat. Hopefully you guys aren't going to get too emotional about it. You know what I mean? Like, we're all guys and men, right? CFCFR, 1 billion, 0.5 billion spent, and all you can show is Cole Palmer. That's how we ending the stream. That's how we ended the stream now. So I need to go and waste more of your time by doing this match review. And I might make another video just complaining even more, because I'm in that mood to complain. I'm in that mood to be frustrated. It's like a good way for me to like therapize all my anger towards the club right now. And yeah, I need to just let it out, man. Honestly. Yeah, my guys, listen, it's been active today in the chat and stuff. Like I said, I know I've been a bit rude today. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm one of them guys. I can be a bit emotional. Just don't take it to heart and just don't be getting pussy on me. Please, please, please. Like, we're all men, right? Let's just deal with that. But maybe do another stream later. Hey, you know what? Maybe I should do another stream later. That could be better. That could be better for me to release my emotions, man. Maybe do another stream later. I'm sure a lot of you guys got a lot of things to say. Maybe I'll do a fucking call-in show. I've been wanting to do this call-in show, but I find it hard because logistically, like, you guys got to add me on Skype and I can't get through everyone. It's hard. It's hard. But maybe I just have to be brutal and just pick a few guys, and that's it. If you get on it, you get on it. But yeah, man. Bro. Look at what this guy is saying. Maresca 100% responsible for picking the 11 to play. Sack him already. Do you see what I mean by the monkey brain comment? Do you see what I mean by the monkey brain that comes up in certain man when they watch football? Yeah? Like, he's looking at the squad we have, yeah? And what you're thinking that the 11, that there was a better 11 on the bench than what was played today. Is that what you're telling yourself, monkey brain? You're telling yourself that there's better options on the bench than the 11 we saw in that field. Some of you guys can't be saved. You can't be saved. Oh my lords. You just don't think, bro. You just don't think. Ah, fuck's sake, man. It's actually nuts. My guy's saying blame Maresca. What? Because Joao Felix. Oh, Felix. Oh, you don't get it, Nini. You don't get it. Play Felix on the field. He skips past 5 man. He curls it in from 35 yards. And that's it. We're 5-0 up. Oh, okay. I need to go now because, yeah, I think a stream's needed for later, you guys. All right. So, you guys, thank you. I'm going to get back to work. I'll see you in a bit, yeah.